Stay tuned for Nero Wolfe. If the chimes shudder a little on Sunday afternoon, well, they know there's mystery in store Sunday with men of action like Mike Waring, better known as the Falcon, who brings his fearless and romantic touch to the solution of another mystery. After the Falcon, it's high adventure. Then the big guy steps in. The new private eye Charlie Weil concludes with a few casual homicides. The chimes mean mystery and action this Sunday afternoon on NBC. Transcribed.
My boss is the smartest and the stubbornest, the fattest and the laziest, the cleverest and the craziest, the most extravagant detective in the world, Nero Wolfe.
It's the adventure of Stamped for Murder, with that brilliant, eccentric private detective, orchid fancier, and gargantuan gourmet, Nero Wolfe, starring Sidney Greenstreet.
Instructions for this morning, Archie. Your notebook, please. First, Mr. Salinsbeck. Inform him that the Long Island peafowl he sent were most unsatisfactory. Peafowl's breast flesh is not sweet and tender unless it is well protected from all alarms, especially from the air, to prevent nervousness. Long Island is full of airplanes.
Look, Mr. Wolfe,
I shall want a dozen chickens that have been raised on blueberries and a fresh-killed lamb for tomorrow.
Mr. Wolfe, please listen. There's...
Mr. Goodwin, be quiet, and then dinner on the following day becomes a problem.
Mr. Wolfe, dinner any day is going to be a problem if we don't pay Sausenbach's bill.
Then pay it.
With what? The bank account's empty.
Ridiculous. There were $4,000 yesterday.
But you bought that shipment of orchid bulbs from Winold Gluckner. Mr. Wolfe, we need money. You've got to stop eating and drinking beer long enough to earn some.
Phew. You're an alarmist.
Will you, for the love of heaven, stop turning down clients and turn an honest dollar? I've got a couple of prospects right outside the door.
Send them away.
No, sir.
Send them away. Tell them I've gone to Egypt.
Nothing doing, sir.
Confound you, Archie. Obey orders. Send them away.
Miss Kent, Mr. Rodman, come in, please.
Thank you.
Confound you, Archie. You're mutinous.
Yes, sir, and you're stuck with it. This is Miss Gloria Kent and Mr. Rodman. They arrived as advertised with a pressing problem.
Good morning. You people are here by sufferance only. I shall speak to Mr. Goodwin about it later. Yes, indeed. I don't like pressing problems, Miss Kent. What are yours?
My father.
Indeed, I'm not a court of domestic relations, Miss Kent. What did your father do? Beat you? Withhold your earnings? Discourage your suitors? Mr. Goodwin should have informed you this office does not undertake cases involving marital or family problems.
But that's not...
If Mr. Goodwin had not been beguiled by your pretty face, he might have warned you and avoided this embarrassment to you and annoyance to me.
Now, take it easy, take it easy. How many times have I told you you don't know how to handle women?
Then suppose you let Miss Kent handle me.
Well, it's simply this, Mr. Wolfe. I had some money my mother left me. My father's just spent it without my permission. I want it back without a scandal.
Thanks, Miss Kent. How much? How spent?
$10,000. Father bought a treasure map.
Indeed, from whom?
A pair of swindlers named Cross and Halleck. They've driven him crazy, talking about fortune salvaged from the SS this and the SS that. He's got a map and old letters he studies. He's childish.
Many fortunes have been recovered. Many more await on the sea bottom. How do you know your father has been duped?
Well, I know.
You do, Mr. Rodman.
Yes. Cross and Halleck bought some old letters from me, written by my grandfather from Hawaii. They used them to manufacture the map and evidence. And that's what they sold to Kent.
Father thought he was being so clever. He had the paper analyzed. Of course, the document research laboratory said the letters were genuine. They were. But something new had been added. I'd have never known if Mr. Rodman hadn't told me.
You're a party to the swindle, Mr. Rodman?
I was not. I never knew what they were up to.
Mr. Wolfe, you've got to help me. I can't do anything with Father. I can't convince him. Even Mr. Rodman can't.
No, Miss Kent, I'm sorry. This is not for me.
Oh, but you must. You must.
Not in my office, madam. No tears. Please, Archie, stop her.
Okay.
Archie, when Miss Kent has finished her disgraceful exhibition, show them out.
How dare he walk out on us like he was...
Easy. I know him. You don't. He gets into a panic when women cry, or else he's curious about what Fritz is cooking for lunch. Now, just wait a minute, please. Oh, aren't you ashamed of yourself walking out like that on that poor kid?
That hysterical gamma.
She's lost all of her money. She needs help.
I charge high fees, Archie.
So charge a small fee. Do you want her to starve?
Good heavens. Starve? How monstrous.
I'm not kidding. While you'll be in here smelling your dinner, she and her father will be starving.
I thought you were bringing me a paying client.
Well, this is different. She's,
Beautiful. Archie, you're impossible. Oh, very well. Go back into them. Get names, addresses, facts. I am not committed to Miss Kent's case, but we'll see. Be a tribute I pay for your weakness for a pretty face.
Rodman and Gloria Kent were gone, however. So all I had were the few facts they'd given me before they met Wolf. I felt guilty about that when he came back into the office and sat down in his specially built chair. He closed his eyes, and I glared at him. Well, how much of you is awake? Mr. Wolf. Well, they disappeared. Did you tell me you were going to help this girl just to get her out of the office, or did you mean it?
You're a gadfly.
No, sir. No, sir. You made a promise, and you're stuck with it.
What did you get from Rodman?
Name, address, occupation. He's a librarian, that's all.
Very careless, Archie. You missed a significant point.
Such as,
How did Rodman discover the letters he sold were being altered by forgery and used for swindle? How did he locate the dupe, Mr. Kent?
I guess you're right. I'll ask him next time. But what about now? Are you going to get Gloria's money back?
I assume you call Miss Kent Gloria solely in order to annoy me. It does. Stop it. Get Cross and Halleck.
On my way.
You'll find them at the Hotel Bogart.
Wrong, sir. According to my notes, their address is...
Never mind their address. The Hotel Bogart is the headquarters for successful, confident tricksters. They celebrate their victories there while the money lasts. You will possibly find Cross and Halleck drinking whiskey or lunching, probably both.
I located Cross and Halleck in the hotel bar and lured them back to our place on 35th Street. Wolf was sitting behind his desk with his hands crossed on his impressive middle, at peace with his lunch and the world when I ushered them in. He sat bolt upright and scorched me with a look. Good afternoon, Mr. Wolf. The tall one's name is Cross, the short one is Halleck. They want to help me invest my money. Gentlemen, Mr. Nero Wolf.
What?
Who?
Nero Wolf.
Hey, what is this?
Confound you, Archie. How drunk are they?
Not too drunk for business.
Let's get out of here. Come on.
Wait a minute. You want me to keep him here, Mr. Wolf?
Not by violence, Archie. Come back here, gentlemen. Unless you want 7 years in the state penitentiary.
What? You got nothing on us, Wolf. Nothing.
I have the Kent case.
The Kent?
That's a laugh. We're sitting pretty.
You are not, sir. You imagine you possess legal immunity. Mr. Kent believes you are grotesque balderdash and will not sue for fraud. Miss Kent cannot sue because she is reluctant to accuse her father of wrongfully obtaining her money. Ergo, you think you are invulnerable.
Now, listen.
But you forget me. I'm a detective with a fee to earn.
A big fee.
Quiet, Archie. I am determined to get that fee. Therefore, as Miss Kent's agent, I can and will bring action against you. I'm indifferent to her tears or her father's disgrace. I'm indifferent to anything outside of money. You will return the $10,000 to me at once, sir, or you'll be in jail by morning.
You mean that?
I do, Mr. Cross.
Alec, come here.
Come on, hurry.
Okay. Here, Mr. Wolf. Alec and I have decided we don't want to get in any trouble with you. Here's your 10 grand.
Let's have it.
Give the dough to Kent, Mr. Wolf, and get the letters and map back for us. You've got a reputation for being tricky, but honest. We trust you. Come on, Alec, let's go.
Well, how about that?
Preposterous.
No, sir. Take a look. $10,000, genuine coin of the realm.
That man Cross is a fool. Does he imagine I'm to be fooled so easily?
What do you mean he left the money?
He surrendered too quickly, Archie. Too easily. And that money in the envelope he was carrying all ready to refund. Why?
Well, maybe he's got a better sucker. I heard him mention a Ben Sanford.
Nonsense. Does he need Kent's forged letters and map to cheat this Ben Sanford? Couldn't he prepare another set?
I guess you're right. Something's fishy.
In any event, it's no concern of mine, thank heaven.
Why not?
I'm not committed to Miss Kent in any way. As a favor to you, I undertook to regain her money. I have done that. You may take it back to her and obtain the forged papers in return.
But,
Silence, Mr. Goodwin. Go to your red-haired charmer. Leave me in peace. I intend to spend this afternoon with my New World Atlas.
I left him 3,000 miles up the Amazon with his magnifying glass and drove up to East 69th Street. The Kent house was a broken-down little brownstone, and as I went up the stoop, the door opened and Gloria Kent burst out like a skyrocket. Hey, Miss Kent, easy, easy.
Let go of me. Let go.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing at all.
Well, how about seeing your father?
You want to see my father? Come inside.
Oh, for the love of heaven,
Come inside, Mr. Goodwin. I'll introduce you. He's in a back room. Come right through the living room.
What else came through this living room? A hurricane?
No, Mr. Goodwin. Something else. There's my father, Mr. Goodwin.
What in the devil? He's dead. His throat's cut.
Father, this is Archie Goodwin from Nero Wolf's office. He and his boss refused to help while they could. Maybe he can help you now.
Stop it.
All I'm good for now is revenge. That's all.
Stop
Archie.
it. Stop it and look at me. When did it happen?
I don't know.
When did you find him?
Just now.
Keep looking at me. Who went through this house like a hurricane? You?
No.
Where did you go after you left the office?
To the laboratory.
What lab?
Document research. The place that checked the map.
How long were you there?
Until an hour ago. I was with Mr. Rodman.
Keep looking at me. And then?
I had lunch.
With Rodman?
Alone. And then I came home.
All right. All right, now listen to me. I want you to go to Mr. Wolf's house right now. Have you got cab fare?
Yes?
All right, take a cab. I've got to stay here, but I'll call Mr. Wolf and tell him you're on the way. Now, get. I called Wolf, told him everything, and he instructed me to advise Inspector Kramer, who arrived with the homicide squad. I gave the inspector everything while the squad photographed and measured, print dusted and detected. At 3:30, Kramer took me back to the house on 35th Street for a fight with Wolf.
It's a great story, Wolf. Great. Kent buys a phony treasure map. Everybody knows it's phony except Kent. But Cross and Halleck try to buy it back, and Kent gets himself murdered.
Did you find the map and letters in the house, Inspector?
No, I didn't.
The killer was after the map.
The phony map?
Certainly.
Why?
Well, if we knew that, we would know why Cross and Halleck so willingly paid back the money and why Kent was murdered.
Maybe it's not phony.
I'd better see the girl now.
No, you fancy her for the murder.
Well, I'll know after I ask a few questions.
Tonight. She's had a shock, Mr. Kramer. She needs rest.
Look, Wolf, I want her.
Why bother with her when there's so much to be done?
Yes, such as?
Cross and Halleck, find them. And the mystery man they spoke of, Ben Sanford. These are the men you want now, not this poor, overwrought girl.
Yeah. All right. The girl will be here for questioning tonight, though, huh?
Tonight, Mr. Kramer.
Okay. You'll hear from me later on.
Well, you buffaloed him out of that, okay. Say, why don't you want her questioned? Is she guilty?
I don't know.
Well, what did she say when she got here?
She said nothing. She never arrived.
She never what?
She never arrived.
Well, then why did you tell Kramer she was resting?
Would he have believed the truth? She must be found. More important, we must learn why forged letters and forged map produces turmoil.
Find the killer and you find the map. You said so.
I said the reverse, which is an altogether different statement. Archie, I want a photograph of that map. Get it.
Oh, sure. Any particular camera you want me to use?
You'll find the photograph at 200 Vanderbilt Street.
Are you kidding?
The lab cannot check the authenticity of old papers without photographing them in ultraviolet light, infrared light, and so on. If this document research lab has examined those papers, they will have photographs. Get them.
He got out of his chair and waddled back to the house elevator. It was 4:00 and time for his regular afternoon session with the orchids. I drove down to the document research laboratory on Vanderbilt and got such a shock that I grabbed the office phone and dialed Wolf at once.
Nero Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, Archie here.
What's the matter? You lost?
No, sir. No, sir, but I found something.
Photographs?
No, Mr. Wolf, I don't think you'll ever see any photographs of the Kent map. I don't think any were taken.
Indeed.
But guess who runs the document research laboratory? No. Don't guess. You probably know. A man named Ben Sanford, and he's sitting right here looking at me.
Bring him home with you.
Home? But it's 4 p.m. This is the sacred hour when you pray over your orchids.
Then Mr. Sanford can join the ceremony.
Hey, how about this place? How about it? There must be a million flowers up here.
No, not flowers. Orchids only. Mr. Wolf has 10,000 plants.
Never saw anything like it.
And you never will again, brother.
Hey, what kind is that on the bench?
Oh, that's our pride and joy. Odontoglossum harryanum. Above them, the Van Petersirana, and the pink ones are the Coelogiani panduratas. Now, the large object, mulching flower pots, is Nero Wolf. Mr. Wolf, Ben Sanford.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi. I came along to be obliging. I've got nothing to say about anything.
How much have you offered Cross and Halleck for their treasure map?
No comment.
Mr. Sanford, I'm going to make some assumptions. I assume that you are not, in fact, a document expert, but an accessory to the fraud of Halleck and Cross.
No comment.
That you actually prepare fraudulent maps for those swindlers, and then, in the guise of an expert, guarantee their authenticity.
No comment.
But this you must answer. You did guarantee the authenticity of the map and letters Kent bought. It's on record.
All right, I did.
Then will you admit they were forged?
What are you, a comic? No.
You guarantee the value of the Kent map?
Yes.
As an expert?
Yes.
Then you've convicted yourself of murder.
Murder? What is this?
Mr. Kent was murdered, sir. Evidently for the map and letters he bought. But of all persons involved, you alone believe in the value of the map. No one else does. Therefore, you alone would have murdered Kent for the map.
For the love of... Now, wait a minute.
Chew it over, brother. Chew it over. Either way, he's got you.
Okay, you want me to level? Here it is.
Level, Archie.
Okay, boss. Thief-type talk. It means tell the truth.
It's like you say. The letters were bought from Rodman. I forged the map and evidence onto them. I guaranteed them to Kent. It was a swindle.
The letters are without value?
Oh, sure, they're old, that's all, from 1851. Just tired family gossip and stuff.
Indeed. There we have the problem again, Archie. Mr. Kent is swindled with a map and letters that are known to be worthless. He alone believes the fantasy of the treasure.
There isn't any treasure, never was.
Yet Cross and Halleck refunded the swindle money so eagerly. It is obvious they want those worthless documents back badly. Someone else wants them so bad he murders Mr. Kent. Why?
I don't know.
Archie, we must find the girl. There's a chance she turned to Mr. Rodman for refuge. I'm sorry you'll have to go there at once. If the girl isn't there, bring Rodman.
Yes?
Hello, Rodman. Remember me? I'm Archie Goodwin from Nero Wolf's office.
Oh, yes, of course.
I came to get Gloria Kent. There's been a change in plans. Tell her to come out, please.
Gloria? Well, she's not here. Why should she be?
Haven't you heard?
Heard what?
Well, I guess you'd better come down and see Wolf.
Mr. Goodwin, I'm afraid I can't. I'm rather busy.
Look, Rodman, maybe you ought to know. Old man Kent was murdered.
What?
Yes, just after you and Gloria left us.
Kent murdered? Well, this is awful, Mr. Goodwin.
You want to see Mr. Wolf now? Get your hat.
Murder? Well, believe me, I never wanted this. I'm going to tell Nero Wolf the whole mess. Every word of it.
Okay, then. Come on, let's go.
Yes, of course. Just a minute. I'll get my hat in the bedroom. Murdered? Kent? I never dreamed.
Oh. Come on, Rodman. Come on. What? I didn't hear you. Oh, Rodman. What the... Oh, Rodman. Oh, Rodman. Good. Oh, what next? Come on.
This is Nero Wolf.
Archie here. We've had a tough break.
Yes?
While I was waiting for Rodman at the front door, he went into the bedroom for his hat. The killer was there.
How do you know?
He cut Rodman's throat.
Tell.
The back window was open. It's a ground floor apartment. He was out and gone before I had a chance.
Archie, where were your wits?
Let me alone. I've had a man murdered 20 feet from me. You think I'm cheering?
Mr. Kramer is here, and he has news for us, Archie. He could not locate Cross and Halleck in their apartment. They had not been home all day. The maid informed him that she was waiting for her weekly salary.
Well, so what?
She was most angry and peppery, Mr. Kramer informs me.
Red pepper?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, maybe I know what you mean. I'll try to deliver the goods this time. Goodbye. I drove down to the apartment house on Gramercy Square where Cross and Halleck lived, took the elevator up to the 10th floor, found the right door, and slipped in with a passkey. Come on out. Come out wherever you are. I know you're in here. You fooled Kramer pretending to be the maid, but you didn't fool Wolf. You'd better... Gloria! Cut it out, you idiot. Lay off. Archie, you dope. Archie Goodwin from Nero Wolf's office. Remember me?
Go.
Give me the gun, Gloria. Give it to me. That's right. Who did you think I was?
Halleck.
Oh, brilliant. So Wolf figured you out, huh? Well, you are a brave girl. They killed your father. You came up here and waited for them. You were going to kill them right back, huh? Oh, that red-headed temper. And you bluffed Kramer into thinking you were the maid.
I had to do something. It was the only thing I could think of. To come here and kill him.
Well, you're coming home with Archie. And just remember one thing. When Wolf's working for you, don't try to do any thinking. It only gets in Wolf's way. I got Gloria Kent back to the house at 7 o'clock. I parked the car, brought her into the office, and got the shock of my life. There was a convention on. Wolf was there, with Inspector Kramer representing the cops. Cross, Halleck, and Sanford were there representing the crooks. When Kramer saw Gloria, he scowled first at her and then at Wolf.
So it was a slick one after all, Wolf. You didn't have the girl. You had no intention of producing her.
Please, Mr. Kramer, that can wait. There are other matters more important. I dine at 8. That leaves me 1 hour to solve your murders.
Murders? More than one?
Yes, 2. Elmer Rodman.
By heaven, Goodwin, if you...
Please, Mr. Kramer, not now. First, Miss Kent. Good evening, Miss Kent. I presume you have met these gentlemen, Cross, Halleck, and Sanford? Yeah, take your purse, please.
Well, why?
Don't think me as naive as Mr. Goodwin, miss. When you left your home after the murder of your father, you took the map and letters with you. They are in your purse
Well,
now.
that's true.
Archie, the purse. Thank you. We have here an interesting situation. There exist some old letters and map, forged and fraudulent. They're worth $10,000 and more to Cross and Halleck, and worth 2 murders to a killer. Why? There must be something of great value in the letters.
Yes, such as?
Something which Mr. Sanford could not see, although he worked on the document closely. Yet something which could be made manifest. What is the answer, Miss Kent? You know it?
I swear I don't.
Secret writing, Archie. Bring the chafing dish from the dining room.
Right.
Secret writing.
I saw nothing when I worked on those letters.
Naturally, Mr. Sanford, the writing is invisible. The heat is an agent. It makes most forms of secret writing visible.
The chafing dish, boss.
Thank you, Archie. Place it before me and light it.
Right.
Now I open Miss Kent's purse. From it, you see, I withdraw these ancient letters which he took from her house after her father's murder.
That's not true.
Archie.
That's enough.
Good morning,
That's
Joe.
enough. From now on, you just listen.
We remove the letters from the envelope and toast them gently. The secret ink vintage 1851 will easily succumb to the agency of heat.
Careful. Those envelopes will catch fire.
Hey, they're caught.
Don't be upset, Mr. Cross, Mr. Halleck.
The envelopes.
They'll burn safely in the dish. We can concentrate on the writing. Watch closely. I don't want to be accused of trickery.
You fat fool. The envelopes are everything.
Put 'em out, Sanford. Don't sit there. Put 'em out.
Why, Mr. Halleck?
Well, the stamps, the missionaries, are worth a fortune.
The missionary. Of course. You know that. Mr. Cross knows. So does Mr. Sanford, right?
Yeah.
Cross Sanford knows, you old fool. Let me...
But Mr. Sanford is not alarmed. Why not, sir?
I don't know what you're talking about.
$50,000 or $100,000 is burning before your eyes, Mr. Sanford. Cross and Halleck are burning their fingers, putting out the flaming envelopes. And you sit there quite indifferently. Why?
Well,
You know the value of the missionary stamps on the letters you bought from Rodman. But you know these aren't the real letters. Isn't that it?
Not the real letter?
I told you I'm tough to crack, Wolf. You didn't fool me with those dummies.
Dummies, how do you know? Mr. Cross didn't know. Mr. Halleck didn't know. How did you?
Well,
I'll tell you, sir. Only one man could know I was framing Miss Kent as a decoy. Only one man could know I prepared these dummy letters and pretended to take them from her purse. And that is the killer. The man who murdered her father and stole the map and letters this morning. You, sir, Mr. Sanford.
Well, I'll be...
Mr. Kramer, there's your killer. You'll find the missing map and letters on him or concealed in his home or office. You won't need the evidence anyway. Look at his face. He's self-confessed.
Self-confessed like fun. He was booby-trapped.
No, Mr. Kramer. Not a complicated case, really.
Good morning, weirdos. How are we today? Let's start our show, shall we? I got up early to make sure that everything was good technically. I think that's going to be the schedule from now on. I had a great show last night. Can't wait to talk about it. This is my favorite time of the day, everyone. Good morning, weirdos. Thanks for joining me. I'm coming off a real big high from last night's show. And then after I had a really, really good show with a slight little technical interlude right in the middle of the show. It was my bad, though. It wasn't the show that went wrong. It was actually one of the songs that I was trying to play was a bad file. And it threw me for a loop. So I thought that my show had been screwed up from the beginning, and I chased my tail here for a few minutes during the show, only to realize that, yes, I was indeed chasing my tail. But I'm back. Good morning, everyone. And then what happened after the show was even more fantastic. My brother gave me a video chat, and so I gave him a show right back. I hooked things up here so that not only could I chat with him back and forth on the video, but I could share with him my content, which was really neat. So I got to share with him some of my opening stuff. I got to share my my weekly programming. I got to share some music with him, and I actually got to sit here with my brother and watch an episode of old-time television. And we watched the very first pilot episode of Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, and that was pretty cool. So if there's anybody at any point who wants to send me a message and schedule an appointment for a private show, I can always get with you on Messenger and do a little half hour to an hour sit down and share some of my stuff with you. And we could just look up random stuff and say, hey, let's check this out. We can do searches on my computer, listen to music, look at old photographs and slides, concert footage. It's amazing what we can do here in the Elsinore Brothers studio. I'm earning my technical chops. Every day that goes by, I seem to learn more and more about how to navigate this channel, these computers, this audio video mixer, this cockpit here that I climb into every day for a couple of hours a day, and it's insane how much there is to worry about. Tachometers and hydrometers and there's so many things I got to worry about and make happen here to keep this show rolling along. It is Totally Television Tuesdays, which means that at some point this morning we're going to be watching some old TV stuff. Every once in a while, what I'll do is I'll buzz through YouTube and I will just search for TV commercials and news broadcasts, television themes, openings. I love the openings of the old shows. Sometimes more than the old show, because after you've seen the old show a million times, sometimes you realize that you just miss the beginning. You just miss that opening segment. Let's see, what are we going to do? I'm going to have to get a silent keyboard for this. I have one silent keyboard and one silent mouse. I'm going to have to duplicate that because that's loud, isn't it? Right there in the old microphone there. Let's see, we've watched that one. Okay. Commercials in late 1984 on KCOP Channel 13 in Los Angeles. Now that sounds cool. What is that? Ooh. Arr. All right, well, I am going to click on this and we're going to see where she takes me. Do-wacka-do, wacka-do, wacka-do. And let's do that. Here we go, people. Let's check this out.
What will you do with all the money you save?
Challenge your imagination to come
That's
alive.
a big video game cartridge.
Battle with the creatures of Dungeons and Dragons. Grapple against the forces of evil as a Marvel Comics superhero.
I like to be down here. I'm a down low.
Hunt adventure and glory as Indiana Jones. The all-new role-playing games of TSR and Dungeons and Dragons. Unleash the power of your imagination.
The power.
8.
12.
I recognize now.
18.
Oh, she caught her mustache.
23. Easy.
Want a bet?
Sure, make it 30.
Sizzler is serving all-you-can-eat golden fried shrimp
Sizzler.
with a juicy sirloin steak. It's
We had a
really
Sizzler
good
in town,
meal at
they
a
left.
shrimp of a price.
Now
Now,
it's
how many crunchy fried shrimp
gone
can
through a
you
couple
eat?
of ownerships.
At the steak,
Seafood.
salad,
Sizzler.
I think it's a Black Bear restaurant now.
He said lower those prices, and we got the message. So with Christmas coming, Builders Emporium has the gifts you want at low prices that'll make our chairman and you smile like Santa Claus. A Black & Decker 3/8-inch drill, $16.97. A 2-ton floor jack, $24.97. A 35 mini light set for your Christmas tree, only $1.37. And a Wagner Power Roller, $77.97.
That's some great prices. Builders Emporium.
We got the message, Mr. Sigaloff.
They got run out of town by Home Depot and Lowe's.
Thanksgiving dinner with all the trimmings. Ah, but something's missing.
Comida buena.
Of course.
A big
the
pie?
final touch. Like this traditional centerpiece overflowing with fresh flowers.
Jeez, what are you
Or this
inviting a
holiday
goat?
horn of plenty arranged with fall flowers.
Jeez, put some
beautiful
food up there.
display of
Jeez.
European
Holy
flowers.
cow.
They're all at Conroy's Florist.
Conroy's
This
Florist.
Thanksgiving, leave room for Conroy's Florist.
Yeah, leave room for dessert.
My calls are all private, now so is my phone.
Who's that kid?
It's private calls, the phone on my own. My own photo album, a lock and a key.
Wow, it's like a diary phone.
By no one but me. 5 is for Janet, 6 is for Glenn, 8 is for Bob.
That's so 80s.
Your calls are all private,
Back
now
when
so
phones
is your
had cords
phone.
and
Get
people were free.
private calls, the phone on your own.
That's crazy.
This is the new taco salad from Taco Bell. The salad in a
I
bowl.
love those taco
You can
salads.
eat.
They don't make them out here at this Taco Bell anymore. I can't get a taco salad anymore at Taco Bell. What the hell's up with that? Yo, Taco Bell, what the fuck?
That's my bowl.
Ooh, what a treat.
I'm gonna eat the bowl, but I'm gonna break it first.
You're gonna break it first. Did you see the microphone bobbing down? Jeez.
Oops, all gone. Guess you'll just have to try one for yourself. You know where?
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's just made for you.
The old days.
It's Robinson's after Thanksgiving sale and clearance.
Well, we
You
know what
save
time of the year this
25%
is.
on beautiful Evan Patel wool coordinates for Mrs. and Petites. Our luxurious cashmere sweaters in 2 styles are 1/3 off. You'll find great buys on boucle sweaters.
$70 off Gemco's everyday low price
Wow,
on the
I guess
Sony
that
Fidelity
got
music
booted, right?
system with
Because of the
25-watt
song.
amplifier and 5-band graphic equalizer. Just $479.97. For the best values this holiday season, it's Gemco, your one-stop value store.
That was pretty cool. I like that.
AirCal makes flying easy. Easier than United, Western, or PSA. Here's another way. Comfort. AirCal has increased legroom on all Boeing 737s over 15%. The other airlines charge exactly the same. But only AirCal gives you first-class legroom at low coach prices. So enjoy the extra luxury of AirCal at no extra cost.
AirCal.
We make
Well,
flying
they didn't
easy.
last.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Look, it's the old space footage. It's all been re-digitized now. You can't really find the old stuff unless you dig it up on some kind of video cassette or something. Shilliam Wagner. Leonard Nimoy. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not an asshole.
Fine time for lunch.
Same place.
Same place.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Not the
Creatures of habit. That's what people become when it's time to eat.
Same place.
Same place. Same thing. Time to get out of the rut and into Del Taco,
out of
where
the rut.
everything we make is habit.
I'm not really a Del Taco fan. Anybody a Del Taco fan out there? Never. Back in the old days, it was
Creature
good.
of habit.
Today,
Come into
it
Del
bites
Taco.
me.
Not the same place. Not the same thing.
It's not the same thing anymore. Hey, Telly
If you're
Savalas.
thinking about buying a Honda Accord, or a
Check out
Nissan
his little
Stanza,
pinky finger on his
or a Toyota
right hand,
Camry,
one of his
or a
hands,
Buick
his little pinky
Skyhawk.
finger is just way
You'd have to
tiny.
be crazy not to look at a Ford Tempo. And at a price like this, you don't have to look twice, okay? Oh, remember, who loves you, baby?
Who loves you, baby?
'Twas the night before Christmas, and throughout Ole's stores, gift prices have dropped even lower than before. From trees to decorations to tools sure to please Ollie's this Christmas for
Some
your
legs,
giving needs.
Dropping in at Ollie's Home Center for some last-minute Christmas shopping is a brilliant idea. They've got thousands of gifts priced even lower for the holidays. So drop in, but you should use the front door. With Ollie's
man, I
help,
love
you
Phyllis
can do
Diller. She's
anything for the
awesome.
holidays.
If you get a chance, watch her with Bob Hope. She did a couple of movies with Bob Hope that are just fantastic.
Claude Rains, Sidney Greenstreet, and Peter Lorre in Casablanca. The Academy Award-winning classic presented completely uncut with pure
I was never really a fan of that movie. You know, everybody's like, oh, Casablanca's like my favorite movie. Oh my God, Casablanca. You know what? I could do Bogart. I could even do her, Ingrid Bergman. But
In Baja, Mexico,
something about that
we
movie.
have a
Maybe it's
secret
too much
place
hype.
for you to discover. Los Cabos.
Too much hype.
Discover the best marlin fishing in the world. Discover its rugged beauty and pure desert air.
Pure desert air.
Its secluded sunswept beaches and beautiful hotels. Once you've discovered Los Cabos, it's a secret you'll want to keep.
Oh, jeez. This chick is totally 80s. I remember when the legs came in, the little plastic eggs. Does anybody remember that? Little plastic eggs that the legs, pantyhose used to come in. When I was a little kid, those were, you know, a staple in the toy box. Those eggs. Big eggs. They didn't, you know, they came in handy on Easter too, especially when you were poor.
Workouts are a joy in Autry Aerobics workout shoes, or the Autry Aerobics shoe with a fashion touch. For comfort and performance, here's Medalist three-quarter court shoe. Take to the courts in the Princess for her, the Prince for him. All Autry Action shoes feature American kidskin uppers, padded collars, and action-sorbed insoles. Autry Action shoes at JCPenney, the Christmas place.
The cutest couple at the country club.
Just adorable. On Datsun dealers of Southern California.
Nissan Datsun. They were still saying Datsun.
There's another sale.
We used to shop there a
Parts
lot.
galore, what I know about the world of auto parts would fill this room.
Let's see how well you do in American folded.
Okay, try me.
What's this?
Quaker State Motor Oil.
How much?
54 cents a quart.
What's this?
Xerox antifreeze.
How much?
$2.29 a gallon.
What's this?
Champion
What's
Spark
this?
Plugs.
How much?
59 cents each.
What's
you pay.
this? Put that back.
I'll drive.
Oh.
The family budget. Sure isn't much left each week.
Nope.
But I still insist on quality.
Really?
When I need appliances, I check those prices pretty carefully.
It's like a Saturday
I used
Night
to go
Live
to Kmart
commercial.
or Sears, but now it's Zodi's. They've got name
Zodi's?
brands at the lowest prices, like GE, Mr. Coffee, even this Hamilton Beach blender for less than $20. Less than $20.
I like those old ones. Those
At
new
least
ones
Zodi's
suck.
understands.
Like that ninja. That ninja
when
sucks.
every penny counts.
Ninjas blow.
'Twas the night before
Ah, there she
Christmas.
is again.
And throughout Ollie's stores, gift prices had dropped even lower than before.
Dropping in for gifts at Ollie's is a great idea, and they're priced even lower for the holidays. Take your choice of Shopvac's Mighty Mini Vacuum with cleaning attachments for $39.97, or
believe she was
Shopvacs
doing
5-gallon wet dry vac
hardware
with a 2-year warranty for $38.94. With Ollie's help, you can do anything for the holidays for less.
Hollywood is just
Star
a vicious
Trek
beast.
will return in a moment.
It is. I mean, all of these people is great talent. And they wind up doing commercials.
Burger King presents
to feed,
Double Trouble.
feed the kids
I
and pay
knew
the
it the
bills.
first time I laid eyes on one. This was no ordinary quarter-pound burger.
Baby.
Word was it was called a double. You would get it straight, with cheese, even crispy bacon. But that was just the half of it. It also had this rep for flame-broiled taste.
Oh, yeah,
Then, when I took a bite, that was the clincher. I knew a double from Burger King only spelled one thing for those
You can
fried
hold the
quarter-pound
pickles.
burgers.
Hold the pickles, hold the mayo.
I'm too hungry for Burger King.
Hold it between your knees.
Arrow or Firebird is terrific. Knowing the best time to buy it is even better. The time
I almost
is now.
bought one of
right
these
now, your Southern
Firebirds.
California Pontiac dealers have a big
It was a
selection of both in stock. So they aren't just talking
Firebird,
California
I believe. It was an
excitement. They're
Italian
making great
model.
move-em-out deals
So it
on
had
the
all
84
kinds of weird
Fiero or
different
Firebird
features,
you've been waiting
leather
for.
seats
So
and
let's talk
cool
deals on
dash
Fiero
and
and
stuff.
Firebird now.
Instead, I got my van. I'm glad I got the van. Looked very much like that
This
gold
is the
one
new taco salad from Taco Bell.
Gold
the
brown.
salad in a bowl. You can eat.
Precious things from Taco Bell, served up in a plate, flour shell.
That's my bowl.
That's my bowl.
Salad, ooh, what a treat.
I'm going to eat the bowl, but I'm going to break it first.
Get your own damn bowl.
Oops, all gone. Guess you'll just have to try one for
But that
yourself.
was mine.
You know where?
Taco Bell, it's just made for you.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm getting hungry again.
I need a new TV. Now.
Now.
Hello, Remco.
Hey.
I want a really nice stereo.
Hello, Remco.
Call now and
I
say
need
hello
an
to
8-track
Remco.
player.
Get the brand name
That's
TV
what I
or
need.
stereo you want today with our easy and affordable rental purchase plan.
Rent?
I'd rather own.
You can. At Remco, all your rent applies to ownership. You don't need credit, service is free, and you're never obligated to keep renting.
I got to drive all the way to
Hello,
Orange County.
Remco. We'll deliver your new TV or stereo today.
Never mind.
When I come off the court, I am ready to go out on the town. And that means looking great right down to my feet. Look at these shoes I got at Payless. They weren't expensive at all. And women love them. So tonight, my date is in for one good time. Well, I hope you score more points tonight, buddy boy.
Right now, save on these men's dress shoes.
Locker room
On sale for just $14. Pay less, Shoe Source. You could pay more, but why?
I like to cook, and in my recipes, I require very specific ingredients, and I won't accept substitutes.
Because you take so much
That's
care
what I
of your
used to say in
family's
school.
favorite
I won't
holiday
accept
dishes,
substitutes.
Lucky wants to take special care of you. So they make sure the shelves are full of all the items on your
She
list,
does
the
the,
brands you've
roast
always
parade
used,
back
and the
then.
ingredients you can't do without. When your special
Katie
gift is
Lane,
making
right?
dishes just
Or was
right
that
for the
Casey O'Neill?
holidays, there's no substitute for Lucky.
If there's something
the
you
Lucky
can't
Store
find,
lady.
just ask. I'll find it for you.
Saturday at 6, Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn
Great
get together for a little
Anytime that
foul
thing was on
play.
TV, I'd be watching.
What do you say? Would you like to take a shower?
Goldie
The
Hawn.
albino is working for the dwarf.
She was so funny in this. Him? It's one of
Dudley
his
Moore
first
joins
movies.
the fun.
Dudley
As
Moore.
Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn
Goldie
share a
Hawn
little
are
foul
awesome.
play. Saturday at 6 on Channel 13.
Chevy Chase is mediocre.
This Thanksgiving, let Gemco help you celebrate with great holiday
He
savings.
doesn't entirely
Like 20%
suck.
savings on Gemco's entire stock of girls and boys sweaters. In your choice of cardigan, pullover, and vest styles. Radio-controlled Honda ATC Dust Rider, just $59.97. And $70 off Gemco's everyday low price on this Sony Fidelity music system with 25-watt amplifier and 5-band graphic equalizer. Just $479.97. For the best values this
pick it up for
holiday
$100
season,
somewhere
it's
if I can
Gemco,
find it.
your one-stop value store.
Which VCR is right for you, VHS or Beta?
Beta.
It's usually easier to rent movies on VHS.
Big deal.
Oh. Beta video cassettes are smaller and lighter.
Big deal.
What may be no big deal to some people may be a big deal to you. That's why NEC makes both VHS and Beta to give you the best choice. Which VCR is right for you? NEC.
Bring it on.
These are your NEC big dealers.
San Luis Obispo.
Ladies and gentlemen, a message of economic importance.
Holy
We
hell,
Americans
not this shit.
always known that every year prices go up.
Even in the past, we
But
gotta
now,
deal with this political
someone has
crap.
changed that. Your Southern
What a bunch of
California
crap.
Toyota dealer takes justifiable pride in announcing that the sticker price of 10 brand new 1985 Toyota trucks and vans will remain the same
there's that
or
van.
lower than they were last year.
Fish are easy to catch.
Not for an old fart. You're just feeding the fish, doofus. Juanita Bartlett. Yeah, she did a lot of episodes of Rockford.
Coming
Coming up, the Starship Enterprise faces off with an alien probe that's programmed to kill
alien
imperfect
probe,
life
dude.
forms on Star Trek next on Channel 13.
Star Trek next.
Hattie, didn't hear ya. I know.
My dress!
Just washed it.
If only it smelled, you know.
April fresh. If only you hadn't changed from Downy to that other liquid softener.
Only pour that shit down the drain and get some Downy.
Nothing softens better, and static cling almost disappears.
Mom, it feels so,
really
you know.
smells
soft.
great.
Yeah. And smells so, you know.
Fresh. More than fresh. April fresh.
Like Charlie, Mom. It's like Charlie
regular and
awesome.
new triple
Thanks a lot,
concentrated.
you old bag.
I get a nice feeling when I've cooked a good meal. Same with saving money. Bonds helps me do both.
This week, clip Vaughn's own coupons from your newspaper and get Best Foods mayonnaise, 32-ounce jar for just $1.29. Vaughn's 1.5 pound loaf of bread for only 39 cents. Plus, Vaughn's is now accepting all competitors' current double coupons.
Just really does it for me.
Why spend more on food?
Oh, baby.
When there's so many other things just waiting to be bought.
Vaughn's, you don't pay more, you just get more.
It's the morning.
You've heard the term creative financing? Well, you're looking at Pablo Picasso. 3 mortgages, balloon payments, the works.
Who is that?
That got us into a house, but it wasn't much of a home. We were pretty desperate when we talked to one of the lending guys at Home Savings. But he helped us refinance, and for the first time, we're experiencing the joys of home ownership.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't look too fucking happy, does he?
$20 billion strong.
30 more years of this shit. He's gonna get a divorce and leave her with the house and the payments. Or just run.
Everybody wants it. We've got more.
He's gonna run off to Mexico.
A legendary sports car that's also a legendary sports
Or just become a homeless bum.
A refined front-wheel drive road car
Fuck
of
these
superior
payments.
value.
I'm sick of
Our
this shit.
GLC, an economy car value with an unexpected bonus. Outstanding performance. If you want value, we've
aren't
got
those
more of it. Get a lot of value at your Southern California
totally
Mazda
80s.
dealers today.
Mazda.
I drink milk because this takes muscle, and working muscles burn fuel. Milk gives me energy, protein for strength, powerful nutrition without a lot of calories.
Dropping out of our shorts.
And even if you don't expect to do the 1, 10, and 13 flat, think about all you do expect your body to do. Milk. It does a body good.
AirCal makes flying
AirCal
easy.
again.
Easier than United, Western, or PSA.
It's gotta be easier than staying around,
greater
right?
comfort.
Not going
AirCal has
bankrupt.
increased legroom on all Boeing 737s over 15%. The other airlines charge exactly the same.
Special effects
but
there.
only
Guys pulling
AirCal
on
gives you
pulling
first-class
on some
legroom
piano wire.
at low coach prices. So enjoy the extra luxury of AirCal at no extra cost.
Call that
AirCal.
number. 1-800-4-AirCal.
Easy.
See who answers. Watermelon.
You sure you can eat all that?
I'm sure. We're proud to be part of your life.
Mom just bought me my first pantyhose.
Pantyhose.
To be part of your life.
They're size
There's
extra,
a food
extra
store
petite.
working to bring you the best at a price that fits your budget. Safeway.
Safeway.
Part of your life. Working hard to give you more. And we're proud you paid Safeway, America's favorite.
It sounds like a Piggly Wiggly, right? Ain't around no more.
What does it take to excel?
I know the deadline. You'll get
Hey,
it
if they
tomorrow.
pull back on the picture of the bird, it's got an arrow sticking through him. That's reality. Some guy trying to chase him down and pull it out.
Just $9.35 overnight.
Or a taxidermist waiting for him to drop.
95,000 packages on time every day.
Yes, we got them. Oh, and
Little reality.
Express mail service. We deliver excellence for less.
Fresh squeezed. Did it this morning. And then
Fresh
I even made my
squeezed.
famous
I
spaghetti.
just jerked off this
Well,
morning.
I don't have to do these things, but I do. Even with laundry. I don't have to use Biz bleach, but spaghetti.
A lot of these look like Saturday
Just
Night
have a
Live
cup of
commercials
Biz
from
with
the
detergent
70s.
And I know it's going to come out. Biz is the only major brand that makes me feel I'm doing all I can. And to me, that's what making a home is about.
Give it all you can.
You smell
With
like
Biz
booze,
bleach.
Mommy.
I just got back from Australia.
And have I got a secret for you?
What's that?
They've got this really different chocolate candy bar, Cherry Ripe. In
Nobody-
Australia, Cherry Ripe has always been a real thing.
Cherry
And
Ripe.
when you taste those delicious cherries
know them
and creamy
Aussies.
coconut, all covered in smooth, rich chocolate, you'll know why the Aussies have kept Cherry Ripe candy bars a secret for so long.
Oh
But you can buy Cherry Ripe right here.
Which oil makes the best tasting salad dressing? Only
She paid all
Crisco
the booty
oil.
on that.
You can blend a better tasting dressing. Crisco oil blends better. Other oils separate quickly, but Crisco oil stays blended longer.
To me, that's not a salad dressing.
So salads aren't too oily or vinegary.
Tractor motors.
With Crisco oil, you get tastier, livelier salads with delicious flavor in every bite. Your salads will
Butter
taste
and
better with
nothing.
Crisco oil.
And on salad, add a little bit of lemon. All right, check that out. Well, that does it for that little 20-minute block of cartoons there. I mean, commercials. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that cool? I hope you enjoyed my colorful commentary. I don't want to find anything too long because I'll have to invest too much time into it, you know. So what's everybody doing? I go through so many technical issues and so many things to take me in so many different directions. I never know where I'm at anymore. I really don't. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I have informed you of. But you know, last night was pretty fun. I hope that I can get more people to come and join me for my 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time show. It's a whole lot show, and it's a different kind of show than this show. This show's all about me hanging out, kind of getting into what I'm into, getting into what's in my head, talking about what I'm going through every day and my trials and tribulations of YouTube madness. But the hour-long evening show at 5 o'clock is really about you and entertaining you with some great old-timey music. And I've just got tons and tons and tons of music at my fingertips. So I can, and I like to bring you comedy too. I have some great comedy stuff that, so if you like Old Time Radio Wednesday, like what we had this morning before the show, then you'll really love the 5 o'clock p.m. show live at 5 p.m. because it is a fun show. It's fun for the whole family. It's kid friendly. I don't do any of the Bong Hits stuff on that show. It's mainly me introducing fun stuff, asking trivia questions, and just having a whole lot of fun listening to great old 1920s and 30s jazz, mainly jazz. If you liked the old black and white Little Rascals cartoons, if you like my theme music, if you like my programming, my different the different old music I use on my show, then you're going to love the nighttime nonsense and nostalgia show at 5. It's just a blast. It's a blast to produce. When I get all of this technical crap working for me and not against me, it's so much fun. I can just cut loose. I can just keep playing stuff and playing stuff and playing stuff. And last night after the show, I was so keyed up from everything working out after my initial technical difficulties trying to get on. I actually had to reinstall my graphics driver and restart my computer twice at 5 o'clock before I could even go live. So I came on live a few minutes after 5, after I eluded my technical difficulties. And then I had a small piece in the middle where I loaded up some sound that was bad, and I thought that it was my channel gone wonky again. But other than that, the show went off without a hitch, so I'm hoping that tonight it's going to be a 100% improvement from last night, which means it's going to be a fantastic show. I am going to start broadcasting early every day So 5 o'clock broadcasting will begin at about 4:30 a.m. 5 p.m. broadcasting will begin at about 4:30 p.m. So that if I do have any technical glitches at 4:30, I've got an entire half hour to fix them and get right back on with you, hopefully by 5 o'clock. So that is the plan, Stan. Yeah, last night I was so excited about the show that I got on with my brother, and I loaded my brother up on Facebook Messenger, and was actually had my audio video mixer as the webcam with my Messenger chat, which made for a fantastically fun video chat. Not only were we able to talk very easily and understand each other very clearly, but I was actually able to play for him some of the content that I play on my channel. I played for him some songs that I had played on the show before that. I played him my weekly programming. Now, my brother kind of lives up in the mountains in Oregon, so he doesn't really have great internet access. In fact, he has no internet access. The only access he has is on his smartphone, and he has a very limited signal. So it's really difficult for him to just load up YouTube and watch my stuff. It's really tough for him to load up my live shit and watch it without it having booting issues, right? And that's, you know, that can be a... If you hold on just a second, I'm going to listen to myself and make sure my sound is good. All right, there we go. I just wanted to make sure that my sound was coming through. I have to do these periodic sound checks to make sure that things are still working. Like I said, it's like a cockpit in here. I've got a screen up in front of me with multiple screens where I can push buttons and go between cameras here and do that kind of stuff. And then I've got a screen to my left in the foreground here that is taking us live through OBS software. And then over on my right-hand side, I've got another computer that's bringing in content. And then way up in front of me by the camera, I've got another monitor with YouTube on it live, so I can actually see what's happening out there live, see if I'm freezing up, see comments that pop up on the screen, see how my picture looks. And then I've got my telephone here. All right, and on my telephone, I've also got YouTube booted up so that I can see comments coming in, but then on occasion I can listen to the sound and make sure that everything is coming through clearly. So I also have to pay attention to my kilobytes per second on my outgoing feed. All right, what's being pushed out onto YouTube. It also gives me my time that I've been broadcasting. It gives me my computer processor usage, all right, which is really low right now, which is perfect, and it shows me how many frames per second I have. I've got 30 out of 30, so everything's running really, really good right now on my broadcasting. My live stream health, as they say, is looking really, really good, which is promising for tonight's show. Like I said, I'll turn everything off today and take a nap after the show, get back up, and then right before 4:30, I'll turn everything on and go live with probably another radio show or even some music, and then hopefully everything is all copacetic, and I go live at 5, and that's kind of how it works here. I'm working with 2 cameras right now. This my camera 1, and then camera 2 is my retro lava lamp cam. That is a live lava lamp cam that I have in my room. All right, it's just looking over my shoulder to my lava lamp, and I like to use that as my go-to live camera. So sometimes in the morning or in the evening you'll show up and it'll be quiet and you'll have that on there. My brother mentioned that, you know, I got onto your channel and it was black, man. The screen was black. And it was like, oh, what the hell? And I told him, well, you got to stay there and wait. And I thought, well, you know what? That's my bad. If there's nothing there, people aren't going to know, right? There's no sound. There's no picture. It's like, ah, what a crappy feed. And they're just not going to go there. So my plan now is to not use a black screen to start. I'm going to use my lava lamp cam. In lieu of having some other graphics there, I imagine. Hi, Bessie. I imagine the best thing that I could probably do is come up with a graphics, please stand by graphics, right? And then just have that up on the screen with, that's Bessie having some water there this morning. Isn't that great? That's live TV, baby, right there. That's live stuff. That's Bessie. Joey remembers Bessie, the big face dog. She just sits and looks at you. I think she sat and stared at Joey while he was here. Hi, Big Face. How are you? How's it going? She answers to the name Big Face now. Her name's Bessie, but I call her Big Face because she's always just looking at me with that big face. And she's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. She reminds me of one of the Egyptian statues because she's got these dark lines around her eyes. You know, she's got these really, really cool eyes. You want to come up here and lay down? There you go. Get up into your chair. There you go. Ah, that's my dog. Well, here I am, sitting here, ready to play for you some more TV commercials from Los Angeles, California. This time we're coming to you from 1988, and we're going to join this already in process of broadcasting here. So here we go.
Really hurt in an accident. They have a good case. She thought she'd settle it herself, but her husband insisted that she talk to Jacoby and Myers first. I told her we could help. I said, we'll get an investigator out right away. We'll get the hospital records, contact the insurance company. We'll see that the claim includes lost wages and, of course, pain and suffering. And I said, you're right. This case probably will settle. But we work hard to make sure that it's for all you're entitled to. That's how Jacoby and Myers can help, I said.
It's Phil and Jim's 36th anniversary sale, and that means 36 years of high-tech video and appliances, of selection, service, and savings. Like this GE large capacity washer, featuring 3 wash-rinse selections and regular time cycles at $299.86. Or this heavy-duty electric dryer with time drying cycles at $249.86. And ask about free delivery, installation, and service. 36 years of keeping our promises.
The Volvo 780 has been engineered to be the most exceptional Volvo ever, with an interior that advances the science of ergonomics, seats that take longer to make than some cars, a sound system that sounds better than anything you've ever heard, and multi-link independent rear suspension that puts comfort and handling under one roof. The limited edition Volvo 780. Get one while they last.
Enjoy a new driving experience. Test drive a Volvo today.
Mom, look, my new swimsuit. It's been in my car all week. Jennifer?
Smells like it died.
Oh, Mom.
Wear your one piece.
This makes me look mature. Jen.
Okay, not even Tide will get that smell out. But I guess it's worth a try.
Power out some of your toughest set-in dirt and odors with Tide.
That thing's pretty skanky.
Cool, Mom, thanks.
Smells like they were dried outside, huh?
Gosh.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
It is time now for Top Story with Larry Atterbury, and there were some terrifying moments today for Soviet space team, moments which raised the question, are they pushing too hard in the race for space? Are we going to push too hard in the race for space?
It is a question that is really important because both of us seem to be trying to get ahead, and the question is, we do want to get ahead, but at what price? You know, it was kind of like a cliffhanger movie, but this one was very, very real. 2 stranded cosmonauts, 2 failed landing attempts, no food, the oxygen running out. There was one last desperate attempt. Well, tonight, the Soviet and Afghan cosmonauts are safe on the ground, but there are a lot of unanswered questions.
The drama began about 25 hours ago aboard the Soviet Mir space station. 2 cosmonauts, one Soviet, the other Afghan, prepared to leave the space station for their trip home. They embraced the 3 colleagues who were staying behind, then boarded the capsule docked to the Mir. All appeared well as they pulled away from the space station, as seen here. But as the spacecraft approached the Earth's atmosphere, an engine used to slow the capsule fired automatically. It burned for 60 seconds, but shut off prematurely because of a malfunction in the guidance system. It was to have burned for 230 seconds. The firing had not slowed the capsule nearly enough, and the cosmonauts aborted their re-entry effort. Then, 3 hours later, the Soviets tried again. The engine fired as planned, but the capsule's computer had not been reprogrammed, and the craft was sent on a trajectory toward China and not the Soviet Union. The cosmonauts stopped the engine after 3 seconds, and once again, their re-entry attempt was aborted.
With guidance from the ground over the radio of telling them when to turn the engine on and how long to fire it, they can manually orient or point the spacecraft in the right direction.
And that's exactly what they did, landing safely in Central Asia as they originally had planned.
Tom Hanks didn't make it look
But their brush with death raises a serious question. Did the Soviets almost kill 2 cosmonauts by speeding up their training program in order to beat the U.S. shuttle launch scheduled for later this month?
The training program was cut from 18 months normal to 6 months, purely to get the mission to occur while there were still Russian-speaking Afghans loose in the Kabul area. A year from now, I doubt they could find a volunteer in Afghanistan to fly this mission. So the mission was hurried up, strictly on political grounds. And because of that, backup procedures were not taught.
Now, live in our studios in Hollywood, a space expert, Dr. Philip Muntz. Professor Muntz is a co-chairman of the Aerospace and Engineering Department at USC. How about this question? I mean, if you take a 2-year program and you say, whoops, I only got 6 months because I got to get out. Does that really damage? Is that really dangerous? Can you leave out some of the things you ought to know?
Larry, it's probably mostly in the emergency procedures, as
you know what you
we
ought
saw
to know
in
when
the last day.
But
that's
what you need in this case.
That's what you need in this case, and if the passenger or co-pilot, whichever he is in that descent module, is required for important parts of that procedure, then it's critical. If he isn't, then it isn't. And I think it's unclear at present whether having him along partially untrained is dangerous. We don't know.
Some of our own astronauts have said, please don't put people who are not trained in this business into a spacecraft, into that kind of situation, because they tend to get in the way. I mean, is that a problem?
Yes, that undoubtedly is, particularly in the close confines of the small descent modules the Soviets have, that an inexperienced individual cannot help, and certainly probably does, in fact, get in the way.
Are there some parallels with what we did? We had a disaster, of course, with Challenger, and many are saying maybe we hurried up too much. We wanted to get it off. We thought it would work properly, but did we really take all the time that we needed to have?
I think our reasons for flying Challenger have been well established, that the space shuttle was sold as a bus, and we were trying to meet that schedule, and it perhaps was not the piece of machinery that could quite meet what it was supposed to do, and therefore we ran into trouble. So if you wish, there is a similar, there is an analogy to this situation, but it's a little bit hard to tell at this point whether it's a very close analogy or not.
Now, they were talking about this, what they call the infrared horizon sensor. Well, what the heck is that to begin with, and what does it do?
Well, those of us who have been very hot over the last few months in the summer understand that a lot of infrared radiation leaves or does not leave the Earth's atmosphere, and this sensor, in fact, sees some of that radiation and picks up the edge of the Earth. You've all seen pictures of aircraft or spacecraft in orbit where you see the curvature of the Earth. Well, the infrared horizon sensor sees that and uses that as a reference position.
The fact that it actually got back to where they had planned, even though it was a day late because of the extra orbits, landed where they said it was going to land, what does that say to you as a scientist?
Well, that says that, as a film clip said, that they updated their timing procedures and were able to control their retro firing sufficiently accurately to compensate for the 2 misfires.
So the thing worked?
So the thing worked. In fact, it worked 3 times.
Turned on 3 times.
It turned on 3 times and turned off twice.
At the wrong time. We received in this one a great deal of information, much more than I think the Soviets ordinarily do. I mean, are you surprised by the kind of detail, actually, that we know about, even though we don't know everything?
Well, a little bit, but not really. I toured Northern California with 2 Soviet friends about a month ago, and their society, both scientific and social, is in fact anticipating a tremendous upheaval. There's no question about that.
Glasnost is really there.
Glasnost is real, and perestroika is real.
Yeah. Could these astronauts have been rescued if everything else had failed?
Oh, no, they were fucked.
Not by any means that we have. There is just no way to, for instance, I'm sure you're thinking of the space shuttle or something like that, but even if it could have been brought close to their spacecraft, whether they had spacesuits for extra vehicular maneuvering or travel to our shuttle, it certainly wouldn't have docking facilities for matching to the shuttle, so that they would have had to be able to go out into the space environment and move over to the airlocks of the shuttle.
It sort of begs the question, I mean, whether there ought to be a little bit more. They had 2 days, maybe they ought to have 7 days or even longer. I mean, is there anything that ought to be done that wasn't done in that kind of way? And do we do the same kind of thing?
Is that the way it is now? Somebody tell me.
You always take some calculated risk, and clearly their calculated risk is that everything seems to be working. They drop the module which allows them to redock with their space station, and they re-enter. And in that short period of time, they feel undoubtedly that they have a sufficiently reliable estimate that their machine is working, that they have not too much problem. That didn't work in this case. Now, perhaps they'll rethink their procedures, and just as we have been rethinking them with the shuttle, perhaps they will rethink them with these maneuvers.
What does this say about the space program of the United States versus the space program of the Soviet Union? Can we make any comparisons? We've had a whole lot of problems that we know about. They've had some problems that suddenly we're aware of for them. Where does that leave all of us?
Well, they've had problems before this, and they now have some fairly visible problems right now, and we clearly have some very serious problems with our space program. It leaves us that these things go up and down, and we happen to be in a down, and I'm not sure they're in a down, but they are certainly going to be rethinking their position and what they're doing very carefully over the next short period of time until they really work out what this failure meant.
Wrap it up.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. You know, as we have discussed, space travel these days is still very much experimental, and those accidents and problems will happen. I guess the question is how much backup, how much training is needed to give the space travelers the best chance for survival, and I think that question has still not really been answered. And that's Top Story.
Okay, Larry, thanks very much. And when we come back, some of the sexiest scenes on television, why the French are turning on the channels that are taking it off.
Sexy TV. What's wrong with sex on TV? I look at it all the time and pop in a tape to the VCR.
I know it's kind of early for this type of thing. I just wanted to be the first to tell folks in this area about the newest, biggest, boldest taste yet from Doritos. New salsa Rio flavor. Imagine all those Rio Grande fixins plus big chunky salsa taste, and it's all on one little chip. The age we live in.
This chip got so big.
Forgot about that crunch pistol.
This chip just got huge.
New salsa Rio flavored Doritos brand tortilla chips. They taste as good as they crunch.
Look at that bag. That's a cool bag.
Too many Hispanic babies are dying of AIDS because their parents didn't get the facts on this dreaded disease. The Bilingual AIDS Hotline is here to answer your questions confidentially and privately at no charge. Our trained counselors can tell you how to protect yourself and your family before it's too late. It's true. AIDS can kill, but it can also be prevented. Now you can find out how in English or Spanish. Call us at the Bilingual AIDS Hotline today.
It's time.
Come drive a Mazda.
It's year-end clearance time. Time to get the deal of the year on a new Mazda. And factory-to-dealer cash incentives can add hundreds to your savings on a Mazda truck. It's time. Time to clear out all the 88s. Mazda's year-end clearance time.
Come drive a Mazda.
Get a great deal at your Southern California Mazda dealers today.
Just a reminder that every week in TV Guide, you'll find writing that's really worth reading. Pick up your copy of TV Guide. It's on sale now.
I'm going to write a note here.
Now at Circuit City, this Scott dual cassette deck just $79. Low prices guaranteed every day. Circuit City.
Les Miserables, the musical sensation at the Schubert Theater. Don't miss out. Call 1-800-233-3123 for tickets.
Somebody call.
In world news tonight, Poland's Lech Walesa is threatening a new round of strikes. Walesa says the only way to head that off is for the government to recognize the Solidary Union. The Polish government is dropping hints that it may not be able to coexist with Solidarity. Walesa admits he's concerned but still willing to talk.
Despite all our experience, despite all our disbelief, we have to stretch our hand and try one more time. I am aware that if nothing is achieved, my position, which is already thin, will become even thinner.
Walesa says the Polish people are growing militant. The government needs to compromise now or face a new crisis in the near future. A thundering
Hey, there we go. And that does it for that block. Yeah, that did it. So, hey, I want to remind you all that not only can you find these in a playlist on my channel, but the great thing is that when you go to watch some of these things out of my playlist, is you can also be sure to like and subscribe to these, to their thingies, to these other guys, these other channels, and to check their stuff out, kind of spread the love, kind of spread it around, just mush it around a little bit. Totally. So, Totally Television Tuesdays on Mornings with Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy is the playlist where you can find the Tuesday stuff, all the Tuesday stuff that we watch. I send it over to that playlist so that you're like, would he just shut up? I didn't hear what they said. Well, you can go there and you can watch it without interruption from Yo, because I am a blabbermouth. I like to... it's not just the coffee, it's the years and years and years of nobody listening. And now I have a sequestered audience, so I can say whatever the hell I want. Damn it, you gotta listen. Listen to me, listen. I'm gonna close this curtain back here because that sun, even though it's gonna be a little cloudy today, it's still got that diffused light, and it's really annoying. So bear with me a second while I get up and take care of that there. Yes, it is a fantastic day out here in the desert, in the Elsinore Brothers studio here in beautiful downtown Joshua Tree, California, the USA. It's a nice little town. Every day throughout the year, it seems like, more on the weekends, but every day our town is lately been overrun with tourists. I don't mind them so much as long as they're courteous and accepting of the fact that this is not their playground, nor is it their home. They're just here visiting. Be nice and be respectful. And if you can't do that, then just go home and don't ever come back again. So that being said, there are a lot of fun things to do out here. So if you ever come to JT, as we call it, Joshua Tree, JT, be sure to hit me up personally, and I will give you a guided tour. I will give you information on where to go and where to have fun, and if you're going to be staying for the night or for more than one night, I can let you know exactly where to go and what to do, depending on your tastes. We've got outdoor stuff like you wouldn't believe. We've got a huge art community out here, based in the Morongo Basin, as they like to call it, as shown by the 62 art tours. It's that Highway 62 is the highway that is the main thoroughfare, and the 62 art tours is comprised of over 200 artists and their studios in the area, and it's mapped out, and you can actually go from studio to studio and visit the artists in their studio while they're working and learn about their art and purchase their art. And that's really neat. We also have a huge music base up here in the Morongo Basin, in Joshua Tree, Landers, Wonder Valley, 29 Palms. It seems that the desert has a tendency to draw a lot of highly creative people out here. They say it's the energy vortex. I'm going to beg to differ. I'm going to say that people are just kooky, and they like to torture themselves with the heat and the sun and the dirt and the dust, because that's pretty much what you got out here. Now, that being said, there are some fantastic musical artists out here. I'm just kind of getting into the mix. I've been out here over 10 years. Our daughter started out here in the first grade, out here in the desert, and she has been going to school out here ever since. And this week she graduates college. She has been attending the college here for 2 years since she graduated high school. Right out of high school, went right into college. Fifth in her class in high school. Top of the game. Top of the class at the college. She's at the head. She's pulling out no stops. She's going all the way. She's smart enough to have earned herself a free ride on this stuff, so she's taking advantage of it. Had she decided to wait out of high school, she wouldn't have had the opportunities that she has now. She sees what she has to do, and she's doing it. And I'm so proud of my daughter for just giving it her all. She's done with 3 of her classes. She took a test last night, got 100. Her stuff's pretty much done. I think today or tomorrow she's got to work out her last final for this college, and then she graduates Thursday, and Friday we have a graduation party, and then she's off to university in the fall. And I couldn't be more proud of all of her accomplishments. I'm just so walking on sunshine, baby. That's me. So yeah, that's what's going on this week, along with getting my evening show up and going. Of course, my radio and YouTube stuff here always takes a back seat to my personal life, especially when it comes to my wife and daughter. So anytime that I've got to leave here and not be here on a day, a morning or an evening or both, it's because I'm with them. And that's pretty much the only reason why I'm not here if I'm not here. So this week I will be here in the morning on Thursday, and I will be here in the morning on Friday. I will not be here Thursday evening because I will be going to my daughter's graduation at the college. I will not be here Friday evening because I will be at my daughter's graduation party, which we are holding here in Joshua Tree at a vacation rental provided by our friend Ron. Thank you so much. You are the man. And we're staying at a different house this time. We usually stay at one that's just down the street. This time we got one that's different because we want to be different, and I like to be different, try new stuff. And it helps when we stay in a house for a day or a night or a couple of days, it really helps us understand the ins and outs of that particular house. What's going on? Are there things that we need to be taken care of? Are there things, ongoing issues that we don't notice when we're cleaning because we're only there for an hour or two? So this is actually, you know, kind of a cool thing. And it's got a nice yard with some hammocks and a fire. Don't know that we're going to be having a fire depending on the wind. But we will be having some fantastic food. My wife is going to be roasting 2 whole chickens and making enchiladas suizas. It's a green sauce chicken cheese enchilada that she made a while back, and it's just phenomenal. And of course we'll have the beans and the rice and the salsa and the guacamole and the chips and cervezas and vino and you know, whatever else we can come up with, and like that. And then of course I'll bring a guitar, and maybe a friend will bring a guitar, and we'll provide a little soundtrack and just kind of hang back and let everyone kind of enjoy the stuff. So I may or may not record some of that evening this Friday, but I will be recording it up here, which is where, you know, most of my memories preferably reside. I like to record stuff, but at the same time I like to put the camera aside and absorb it into my own private memory. Yeah, so when I go to a concert, I don't do a whole lot of recording, because for me it's the physical experience of being there, and the mental and emotional memories tied together. And I kind of, it gets stolen when you're looking through the phone or the eye of a camera. So I try to avoid that as much as possible. And, you know, I try to make sure when I look over at my daughter, if she's recording, she's holding that phone down here and making sure that it's okay. But for the most part, enjoying the show, you know, feeling it. And that's why we go to shows. Once again, we do have a couple of shows this month. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Psychedelic Furs was one. Going to see my friend David perform locally here for an hour set was really, really fun. I enjoyed that. I haven't had a chance to listen to so much of his music before. I don't have Spotify. I don't have access to those apps and those music things. So I'm kind of left in the dark, except for what I find on YouTube, right? YouTube is my go-to media for finding stuff. So it was really neat last Friday to be able to go see David in the afternoon, and then that evening go see Psychedelic Furs just right down at one of the local casinos. Thank you again to my daughter. You know, she keeps me out of my shell. I'm like a hermit crab. I'll be cruising around, and then I'll just drop down and tuck into my shell, and I'm hidden from the world, and I'm gone. And I've done that most of my life, and so she's my little savior. She keeps me from just crawling into the bed and pulling the blankets over and just saying, fuck this world, you know. And I had a tendency to do that most of my life. And it's been a huge adjustment the last 25 years being married and the last 20 years being a father, to learn how to not be that guy, that depressed guy. I mean, I probably lost at least 10 years over the last 25 from depression, you know, where I just spend, you know, that much time alone, hiding, you know, not wanting to face the world, you know. And since my daughter has kind of grown up and come into her own, and she's studying psychology, she's going for her bachelor's in psychology at the university. So, you know, she's really helped to keep me from crawling back inside myself and just hiding, thank you, dear. Thank you so much. You know, and so we didn't expect to have any shows because of her graduation and all that she's got to take care of. You know, May just turned out to be kind of a flat month with nothing going on. We didn't plan it that way. It was like, oh, but it was great. It's a relief. So Television Tuesday, so here's Starsky and Hutch. It was a relief to know that we didn't really have anything to do. We didn't have to leave town, drive 3 hours one way to go to a show, and then 3 hours back at 2 in the morning, you know. And then out of the blue, Psychedelic Furs. And finding out that Rich Good, the guitar player, actually lives out here in 29 Palms is really neat. So, you know, I may have actually passed this gentleman at some point. You see a lot of kooky-looking people out here, and being a kook myself and being used to kooky people, I don't really notice them, you know, and especially the celebrities, the famous people. I don't really pay too much attention, having grown up in and around Hollywood and being a Southern California native. You get used to seeing celebrities. It's just one of those things that you're used to. You don't really pay it much attention after a while. You know, it's like, oh yeah, there's that guy living in Temecula, and living in Hollywood, and traveling to San Diego a lot, and going to various places where the celebrities live, and they're regulars. Malibu, you just see people, you know. It's like, oh yeah, that's the guy's house. Oh yeah, there's so and so, and I'm not gonna drop names. I'm not that guy. But you just get used to it, you know. It's just something that you're used to. So, you know, if I'm going to see a celebrity out here, I'm not going to get all googly, unless I'm like at a show, like if I'm at Pappy and Harriet's, and it's like I'm there to see this performer, you know, and then I have the opportunity to shake hands with this performer and get a photograph. Yeah, I'm going to have a fangasm, you know, I'm going to gas all over myself because of this, and I'm going to get all teen, you know, and that's just the way I am. You know, and I allow myself that now. Before I didn't allow myself the opportunity to feel the emotions that I was afforded, right? It's like, you know, I'm given this opportunity to have my picture taken with someone, Ben Harper, right? Or Big Sandy, you know, or to get my daughter an autograph from Harry Styles' guitar player, Mitch Rowland, right? And to shake hands with Sarah Jones and get her, you know. And now I feel like I'm name dropping, but you know, this is why I'm a yes man now, you know, so I can have these experiences and these memories. So back to, you know, watching a show, you know, I'm going to take photographs, and then I may or may not take a little bit of video at some point somewhere. It can't happen now until I get a new phone, obviously, because my phone is crap. But for the most part, I like to enjoy the show, and I encourage my daughter to just enjoy the show as much as possible. You know, that's why we're there. And then, of course, at the end of the month, back at Pappy and Harriet's, we are going to see Starcrawler. And if you are not familiar with Starcrawler, let's see, I can't play any because of copyright stuff, but what I will do is I will create or add them to a playlist, or create a playlist of artists that I've seen in concert, but here's a music video by them. But if you haven't seen Starcrawler, just like it sounds, Starcrawler, go check it out. I just ordered 2 LPs. Fingers crossed they're going to be here by that day, because I plan on taking the jackets to those records to the side. think I might have frozen up for a second, so I hope I come back. We'll see what it looks like. So I hope you're still there. If you, yeah, it looks like I had a slight freeze up. I'm going to say that I'm still here because it looks like I'm still here on both of my devices where I should be broadcasting. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so I got these 2 LPs on the way because my point is to try to get them signed at the end of the show or the beginning of the show, or try to get some photographs with the act, because I'm going to have to learn their names. I'm not one for learning names. I mean, there are only a few bands throughout my life where I've actually learned all of the names in the band, right? Black Sabbath, right? That was one. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. So there were only a few bands throughout my life, but Led Zeppelin, where I learned all of the names, the main guys. But I never learned all the Chicago band names. I never learned a lot of the, even the main guys. It took me forever to remember Robert Palmer, right? That guy that sings that song with those guys, right? That was usually how I described an artist, that guy. Yeah. So it looks like I just had a little bit of a technical glitch. If somebody's there and could kind of fill me in onto what happened, it looks like I went and there was just a piece edited out where I disconnected and reconnected. I don't know why that happened. Everything on my dashboard here seems to be copacetic. So I'm going to leave my hands like this for a few seconds to see where I catch up. And that looks like I'm going to be catching up right there. Okay, there's where my hands go together. So I'm only a few seconds lag. And it looks like the video is coming out nice and clear. Let me check the sound real quick. Seems like my volume's a little low, so I'll turn it up a little bit there. So yeah, good morning, everyone, you bunch of weirdos. We've been on for over an hour this morning, and it looks like things are copacetic. I started off this morning at 4:30 playing an old-time radio show just to check out my live feed and make sure everything's looking good, and it's still looking good. So I'm going to scroll through my menu here and pick out another short block of, I think we're going to do news this time. We did a little piece of news from the 1980s that talked about some space stuff. And I think right now we are going to do some Los Angeles news, this time from KABC Los Angeles. And this is the 6 p.m. news from July 19th, 1980. Okay, so let's go ahead and go here and see what this broadcast looks like. I'm going to go ahead and start over again and get it ready. And then remember, you can find all of these guys in a playlist on my channel, in the Totally Television Tuesday playlist, and that is going to, let me pause that and get it ready for you. And then if you do go watch these in a playlist, please go to those channels and like and subscribe and spread the love. It doesn't cost anything to like and subscribe to any of these guys. I'm not doing this to feed the mouths in my household, but some of these people are. Some of these people are trying to operate this stuff as a business and actually earn a living doing this. For me, this is a hobby. So as long as I don't blow it with the rules and regulations, I'm a happy camper. You know, I'm just doing this to share my life and the things about my life, my experiences that I enjoy. And that's pretty much it. And I enjoy taking a look back at the past and all that the past has to offer. So, without further ado, let's watch the 6 o'clock news from 1980 and see what's going on in the world, all right?
Report on Hitchhike Rate, tonight at 7. This is Channel 7, the #1 station for news and information in Southern California. And now, the latest breaking eyewitness news with Ann Martin, Tony Hernandez with sports, Mike Lawrence for the vacationing Johnny Mountain, and the Eyewitness News team.
Good evening. The registration of young men for a possible draft will begin on Monday as scheduled. Supreme Court Justice William Brennan today stayed a lower court decision that the registration law is unconstitutional because it discriminates against women. So back to Plan A. All men born in 1960 must register at their local post office beginning Monday. Justice Brennan's decision will affect both young men and young women, and reporter Angela Black talked to some of each today to get their views on draft registration. Here's what she found out.
For a while, today's headlines offered some hope for young men who don't want to register for a military draft. Friday in Philadelphia, a panel of 3 federal judges had ruled that it's unconstitutional for the government to require men to register unless women have to sign up along with them. Today, their ruling was overturned by Supreme Court Justice William Brennan, so military registration will begin Monday as scheduled. We talked with young people on the beach today. They were relaxing, but most were disturbed about what this registration means for them.
I had no idea that we had to register on Monday.
Yeah, I remember this doofus.
So what are you going to do?
Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to stay here on the beach, and I'm going to surf, and I'm going to do bong hits, and I'm going to try to find my other van, you know, because I got a pair of vans, and I've only got one, man, and I don't know where the other one went. So if you can help me, have you seen this van? I need the other one. It's like I was out here and I did some shrooms at the bonfire, and then I woke up on the beach with only one van, man. And you know, like I found my van, but not my van, you know. And oh, you know what? Maybe my van isn't my van. Oh my gosh, dude! I never even thought about it. I should have slept in my van, man. If I'd have slept in my van, then man, maybe totally. Maybe my van is in my van. Okay, so here's another block. Here's another block of commercials from 19-something. 1980. Okay, this is March 31st, 1985. And it is from Los Angeles, KNBC. And this is what it is.
We will return to AD, the television event of 1985, following these messages.
Whoa, that's loud.
Renault introduces 5 years or 50,000 miles. Plus, protection on required maintenance. Small car protection even better than Chrysler. 550 plus on all
a hefty balloon payment at the end. Plus, it's going to break down. What are you going to do? Shit for it.
America's lowest factory financing. European technology with America's
at Duncan Hunkin.
Only from Renault.
Renault.
Pringles light potato chip.
Who's this?
A lot of the fat you get in ordinary potato chips. Know what else? You'll never miss it. Know what else?
Oh wait, here we go. All right, there he is. Go to Junknasium.
Many ordinary chips.
Be sure to go to Junknasium and subscribe and like his videos.
No, it's not missing in Pringles light.
I mean, people that take the time to burn this stuff off of VHS onto digital, I mean, they deserve, you know, support, really, because it's tough work, time-consuming.
Of the 25th century, a dwelling called the Split Level Ranch. Marvelous.
What's this
What the hell?
A spherical object.
That dude
Held
is
inside with
psycho.
great velocity.
Professor!
We're just a bunch of 80s kids, man. She looks familiar. He looks familiar.
I have no idea.
She's got a bottle in front of her face.
The choice of a new generation.
She gets a commercial and she gets a bottle in front of her face.
But not Shakey's home-style pan pizza.
Naturally.
On a quiet corner,
I'm so wasted.
There are big surprises growing at the Hallmark Easter store.
Dude,
Cards
what's
from
that?
joyous Easters in colors fresh and true.
That's my skull.
Bright as Easter eggs in pink and gold and blue. Greetings mad and merry or soft as bunny tails. Cards that reach across the miles to sing like nightingales.
Gosh.
When you care enough
Is
to
it a
sing your
Hallmark?
very best, come find these cards.
What the
and
hell's he
more
holding?
Behind the quiet entrance to the Hallmark Easter store.
Crotch grabbing bunny.
I dread to think what became of her.
That haunting obsession. I'm so totally obsessed. Oh,
A thoughtless word from any A disturbance of the air.
oh, he's a disturbance.
No one could protect
It's
her.
not Isabella Rossellini, is it?
She inspired. How could so much love do so much damage?
She's got one of those
Between
faces,
love and
though, right?
madness lies
Obsession.
Oh, the smell of it.
First, at
Obsession.
Robinson.
The smell of it. Ew.
AD will
Sticks in her
return
nose.
following these messages.
Yeah, miniseries.
Friday on an all-new Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
Some hot secret weapons grab Michael's attention.
Oh dear.
Can he settle the score?
I just watched that whole series not too long
Santa Barbara,
ago.
can crews keep eating away from a madman?
Look, it's that dude. Is that
Facing him alone could be dangerous.
Sometimes it can be fatal.
This week.
I don't even know why I go out.
Damn.
I don't enjoy myself. Not since you went away.
What makes
Thought it was
country
best
music
after a
special
while.
is that the words to each song tell a story. Stories about love and impertinence, about hard times and good times, about life.
I just want to say, hello, Dalton.
KZLA is country music. 93.9
Martinez, hey,
FM.
Martinez,
It's a
that's
whole
who that
lot
was.
of country music without a lot of talk.
I didn't know he was in a soap
KZLA.
opera.
I love you.
He was the lone Mexican kid on the Cowboys.
When I was a kid, I used to love to play with Pro.
I used to love to play with
I've gone
dolls.
back to Pro for what it gives my hair. Prel gives me all the body my hair needs because it's got bodybuilders that leave my hair clean and full and in
Oh,
great
those
shape.
eyes.
It's full of body.
Sheesh.
Prel body. For giving me terrific body, nobody does it better than Prel. It's the bodybuilder. But I still love to play with the bubbles.
Bubbles. My bubbles.
Montana.
What?
Hey, Marino.
Hey,
Great game, man.
yo.
Oh, thanks. A draw play in the second quarter. Great choice.
You make a choice because it feels right.
Huh? Buy you one? It's the least you can do.
Diet Pepsi,
Yeah, it's the
100%
fucking
extra sweet,
Here you go. Don't drop it.
Piece of
100% taste.
holy.
See you there. Joe, next year, I'm buying.
Diet Pepsi, the one-calorie choice of a new generation.
Hello, I'm Orville Redenbacher
Orville.
with my famous gourmet popping corn and my gourmet microwave popping corn in handy pop and serve bags. My special kernels pop lighter and fluffier than other corns. So do mine. Just pop it in your microwave, then pop it in your mouth. Mine tastes light and fluffy too. So does mine. Pop my gourmet popping corn or my gourmet microwave popping corn.
Gosh.
For the lightest, fluffiest popcorn, there's only one. Orville
It's hard to
Redenbacher.
find raw popcorn anymore, right?
We're Beatrice.
Soon,
Everybody wants it nuked.
people will stuff themselves with hot dogs
Where is
and hot
this?
tacos. And that will
Magic
give them
Mountain.
heartburn.
Boy, if I were home, I'd take some Pepto.
Oh, you could still take Pepto.
Pardon me. I
When
need some
heartburn or upset
Pepto-Bismol.
stomach hits, fight back with
It's
Pepto-Bismol.
abysmal.
The soothing effectiveness that's in
Black
Pepto-Bismol
tongue.
liquid is also
It's
in
gonna give you a black
Pepto-Bismol
tongue.
tablets. When you need relief, don't forget portable Pepto tablets. Now, who says
Tablets.
you can't take
Gives
it
you a
with
black tummy. Dude.
It's the Del Monte Big Top Bonanza.
Dad's
Get
got his
$4
pants down
cash
again.
when you save labels
Oh,
from Del Monte
Harry.
and Hawaiian Punch products. Details in your Sunday paper, April 14th. All
Holy
with the great
heck.
taste of Del Monte and Hawaiian Punch.
Del Monte. Ooh, who's that? All these familiar faces.
For great fruit taste.
Gosh, we're eating fruit. We're happy. Oh, jeez, I'm gassy. I had too much fruit.
The Club Med Summer. It starts April 13th. See your
You come back from Club Med after all those fruit drinks.
Join us all next week.
Hey,
today
Jane
broadcast
Pauley.
direct from Rome. We'll talk Italian cars, movies, and fashion.
Hey, Italiano, hey.
Next week on Today.
Che cosa?
This is a News 4 LA update. Here is Bill Lagatuta.
Good evening. Coming up on News 4 LA tonight, late details from San Diego where two policemen and a civilian ride-along passenger were gunned down tonight. A vote tonight by flight attendants on whether to strike a major airline will go there live. Details on the small restaurant that collapsed in downtown LA today, injuring number of people. Fritz Coleman has the weekday forecast, says bad air is on the way, and Fred Rogan has a special 3rd anniversary Hall of Shame. For complete details, stay tuned to News 4 LA tonight at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
We continue with A.D., starring Susan Sarandon, Colleen Dewhurst, and James Mason.
Sarandon. You mean Susan Sarandon? I don't want to watch this. A.D. Goodbye.
We will return to A.D., the television event of 1985, following these messages.
Susan Sarandon. Even in 1985, she was already kind of looking a little past her prime, wasn't she?
Set out to develop this new Pontiac. Their goal was clear.
Clear.
A standard 2.5
To build a piece of crap that would last about 5 years.
With superb over-the-road performance.
Oh yeah, it'll be a model for the future.
The result, the new Pontiac Grand
More plastic.
A true
that was like one of the last.
From America's road car company.
Road car. Yeah, them Pontiacs were pretty much turned to crap by then.
A new change in hair coloring that goes beyond beautiful color.
Oh, hair color.
Now when you use new performing preference, your hair is better conditioned than if you didn't.
Yeah.
Now your hair is noticeably softer, silkier, healthier looking
Now
than
you
you
can
ever
change
thought
the
it could
color
be.
down there.
It begins with new performing preference.
So it
And I'm with it.
New performing preference from L'Oreal.
Good enough for your bush.
There's a world of difference in TWA.
Oh, my kid. Nobody's got a bush anymore, right?
It's the difference between getting you where you're going
Brazilians
and leading the way.
GW, they're gone too, aren't they?
You know, when you discover something really different, you want to tell people about it.
Oh,
And these Always Maxi Pads certainly are different.
I didn't need to know
They
that.
actually help me feel drier.
Drier?
And that's something I never
I didn't need to
expected
know
the
that
pad
you
to
were
do.
wet.
See, every Always pad is covered with this special
that's what you
material
just
they call
insinuated.
dry weave. No other pad has it. So with Always, wetness passes through
See?
the dry weave.
Here we
and
go
virtually
again.
all of it stays trapped inside the pad.
All of it.
Away from me.
Holy, I gotta warm up my
That means
coffee. Be
I
right
feel
back.
drier than I ever expected I could.
Always. Maxis, thin maxis, minis, and panty liners. A drier kind of protection than you ever expected from a pad.
By me, that's more than just different. That's better.
Imagine the pleasure of Folgers rich, satisfying mountain-grown coffee. Now imagine it decaffeinated. Introducing Folgers new decaffeinated coffee. The only decaffeinated with Folgers' enticing mountain-grown aroma. The only decaffeinated with Folgers' superb mountain-grown blend. The only decaffeinated with Folgers' delicious mountain-grown flavor. Outstanding. The pleasure of Folgers. Now decaffeinated. Imagine that.
It's all new Action Friday when Knight Rider discovers some hot weapons.
Oh, dear.
And on an all-new Half Nelson, you just won't believe this. Rocky gets a workout that's just murder. Then on Miami Vice.
He's crazy, wild and crazy.
It's a game of high stakes and high seas action Friday.
Michelob Classic Dark with the richness of
Oh
dark
man, I
beer,
missed Miami
the
Vice.
smoothness
Damn.
of Michelob.
Was that Calvin and Hobbes or
Robert
something?
Byrd has refused to help Senate Republicans draft a budget. Byrd wants them to do it on their own, then have a vote on it. I'm John Dantley in Washington. More news later on this NBC station.
Oh, not AD again. Ah, crap. I don't want to watch this.
Stay tuned following
good.
these messages for some scenes from tomorrow night's dramatic episode of
Dramatic.
AD.
Right now, your Toyota dealer has
Another
a good selection
dimension.
of trucks and vans, so right now he's willing to listen to any offer.
How about... I
Is
gotta
that-
get...
Is that Stephen First?
There's never been a better time to make an offer on a Toyota truck or van.
That's it. Sold. Really?
It is. It's Stephen First. It's Flounder from Animal House. I love him. He's funny. He was on Delta House, the TV version of Animal House. Remember that? Anybody? Anybody? I'll try to dig some up, right? Let me write it down.
Seeing the same results.
If you rate it on a scale of 10, Liquid Tide must be a 10 because you got it out. And mine's about a 3 or a 4.
The Liquid Tide took the cooking disaster out of my, out of the question.
I like me some Tide. I just recently switched back to Tide because the other stuff was making me itchy. Itchy. Son of an itch.
You can say new Liquid
Stir
Tide
it.
cleans better because you can see it cleans better.
Stir it.
Stir it up.
Which oil blends the best in salad dressing? Only Crisco oil.
So be sure to go by Jungnasium there and subscribe. I'll put this in a playlist.
You get a smoother blend of oil and vinegar. With Crisco oil, you get
She looks
tasty,
familiar, too.
lively salads with delicious flavor in every bite. Salads will taste great with Crisco oil.
Yeah. Just chuck your arteries. Oh no, it's a preview.
After playing against some pretty tall competition, you
Jeez.
probably think I shower with the deodorant.
Oh no, get that sweat off of me.
Not anymore, because I made a break from deodorant soaps. A clean break with Ivory. Look inside. Ivory's a basic natural soap. Not
You
like
could chew
soap
on it.
deodorants that have
It looks like a cake of lard.
With Ivory, I feel clean, I smell clean. That's an honor.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, debatable.
With Ivory, no soap can get you cleaner, no matter what size the competition.
It's different because it's engineered to your car's
Wow, it's
exact
a muffler.
specifications, yet affordably priced.
Whoa.
It's golden
That's
because
a
it's
hell of
backed by a
muffler.
solid
Is that
national
Midas?
guarantee. If anything
Yeah,
should ever
if it's
go
gold,
wrong,
it's Midas.
50 states will replace it free for as long as you own your car. It's Midas, the gold standard
The
of
Midas
mufflers.
touch.
Trust the Midas touch.
I'll give you a Midas touch.
AD will return following these messages.
I've got a gold boner.
Before she was a legend, she was a woman.
Woman.
Before she faced
Who's
war,
that?
she faced life.
Will you be my wife?
Torn between the two men she desired and the destiny she could not deny. She sacrificed everything for those that needed her most. Inspired by the true story, Jacqueline Smith stars as Florence Nightingale Sunday.
Yeah, the original Angels were my favorite. Jacqueline Smith. Oh, Kate, what's your face? Farrah. Oh, Farrah. Of course, I knew Farrah first from Logan's Run.
Hello.
Hi, Dad. I told you never to call me. You whore, you harlot, get out of here.
Hero saves one in Orange County drowning, story at 11.
We continue with AD, starring James Mason, John Houseman,
James Mason.
and John McKenna.
James Mason. I'm James Mason.
I don't believe that Comet will out-clean those cleansers. No one.
Okay, we'll prove it.
Anybody recognize her from San Diego? Look, it's Grandma. More like great Grandma.
And the Comet took the stain off, and that is completely gone, and that one's like,
Pick up that gold one.
Scrub-a-dub-dub-a-dub-a-dub-dub.
32 scrubs. It's not even close to being as clean as homicide.
Let's try
Well, that's because it sat there longer.
We're up to 48 now?
You're screwed.
Right. Let's go with the comet again.
Oh, really?
It's gone. It's gone.
Get out of the town, you clown. No way.
Never question your integrity.
It was so good. It was so quick.
More power behind every stroke.
Saturday,
By every
all new
stroke.
Meet the Beat.
More power behind every stroke. That's what I tell myself.
And only Hunter can stop it.
Gunter. Fred Dreyer. Wow, what a
This
show.
is NBC News Digest. Here is John Dempsey, NBC
Who?
News.
John Dempsey?
Good evening. A Dutch priest kidnapped in Lebanon 16 days ago was found dead today. Reverend Nicholas Cleater's body was found at the bottom of a well. The Toronto subway operated normally today, despite threats of a terrorist bombing by an Armenian group. Thousands of police patrolled the huge subway system, but despite the protection, the number of riders was down 35%. A new gas leak at Union Carbide in Bhopal, India today, apparently chlorine. 7 people were injured, but thousands fled their homes. And the Houston police crackdown on people who write bad checks is working. Police say dozens of people are showing up, cash in hand, to pay off their debts. I'm John Dansley in Washington.
Dansley.
Later on this, NBC.
It seems like things never change.
April the 15th is the deadline to
Just
open
the
your
names
custom
and the
hire.
dates.
Great Westerns made it quick and easy with
Same
its fast
bullshit.
service
Look,
and
Dennis
simple
Weaver.
forms. We know how busy you've been.
Not these guys again. We're all damned.
Presents A Day at the Dentist.
This is where I was sitting and
Then
I
he
was
made me
waiting
cry
for
in there.
dentist office.
And then my dad paid him for making me cry.
His were great. It made me
And
so
then I
glad
kicked my
was
dad in the
cry.
shin.
Among dentists who recommend specific brands, more dentists usually recommend Crest than all other leading toothpaste combined.
Anybody out there? How's everything sound? How's the video and sound? So I don't have to check. Just say thumbs up. Everything's good.
My day.
Crest makes my day.
Crispy, chewy family reunion.
Crispy, chewy, crispy, chewy. Yummy Dunkin' Hines is crispy, chewy.
Stealing a song.
Dunkin' Hines chocolate chip
One
cookies.
without
They're
the
not hard like most
other.
store-bought cookies. They're crispy outside,
Love
soft
and
chewy inside,
marriage,
like mom
love
bakes.
and
Yummy
marriage.
one that tastes like
Mother.
Dunkin' Hines chocolate
And that's
chip
not the
cookies
theme
in
to
a
Marry
bag.
the Children.
Crispy,
That's a
chewy.
song by Frank Sinatra. But
Tuesday Night
also,
Bowling League is about to start.
what?
They'll stuff themselves
Ooh,
with pepperoni pizza.
slow
and
down,
hoagies.
man.
But
You're
soon,
gonna need the
that's going
Pepto.
to catch up with them.
Whether it's Liz
Alka-Seltzer?
heartburn or Paul's upset stomach, the one that coats is the only one they need. Pepto-Bismol.
It's an abysmal.
As it coats, it relieves heartburn, upset stomach, even relieves
Anybody ever got the
diarrhea.
black tongue from that?
Pepto-Bismol.
Huh?
For most common stomach discomforts, the one that coats is the only one you need.
I always take the suppository version, so I don't know.
Something fresh.
Yeah.
Smells like lemon.
Yeah.
People
Smells
want a
like-
lemon tree.
Have you been drinking? You smell like that
Lemon
bitch.
Sanchez.
That's a nice twist.
Just like regular Cascade, Lemon Scent Cascade has sheeting action that
Has
leaves
sheeting
glasses
action.
virtually spotless.
I don't take no shit off of nobody, huh?
You deserve a squeeze.
Regular Cascade and Lemon Scent Cascade leave glasses virtually spotless.
Spatless. Oh, man. Dude gets a straw and starts sucking.
It cleans more stains than ever before.
Yeah. Well, treat that stain first. Don't just chuck it in there. Come on.
More protein power and
Put a little soap in there, rub it around, scrub it, get shit off of there. Oh, that's good.
cleans more of the
That's what you want your stains to look like. Let me
More
draw.
protein than ever to clean
This
more
one's
stains.
cherry.
This is a News 4LA update. Here's Nick Clooney.
Nick Clooney.
Good evening, everyone. L.A. County has yanked fire service away from part of a local community, saying the firehouse is a disgrace to the county. What does that mean for fire protection
What?
for the people who live there? We'll have a report.
What is the firehouse
A little
doing?
heat
Is it a
wave
party
has caused
house?
Some big problems for our railroad
They
tanker
selling
cargo.
crack
For a lot of
out
people,
the
that
back
heat
of their
just
fire
makes fun in
truck.
the sun. Well, will it continue? We'll have a forecast. And David Sheehan reports
I
on
wanna
the
hear the
ongoing feud
three-cast.
between Hugh Hefner and Peter Bogdanovich. Join Kelly and me at 11.
Peter Bogdanovich. That's that director guy.
By telephone, the more I keep in touch, the more things happen. One of my friends, Val Arnold, is an interior designer. We've stayed in touch over the years. One day, Val told me he was doing Dinah Shore's home and said, Paige, would you do a feature on it?
Paige, who the
Just
hell
like
is
that,
this?
a personal call became a professional one. I built the magazine by building these personal relationships.
She's kind of
The
spooky.
most successful business calls are personal.
Sorry, but she's just
Tomorrow
spooky.
night on AD,
Oh my
an
God.
evil menace
No
vies
way.
for the throne, and a reign of terror begins.
Ow!
All in its web.
You will share the imperial bed.
The real-life people and events that altered human history.
Have them in the arena. Let them part of the game.
Jennifer O'Neill.
It's a fantasy that altered
Ava
minds.
Gardner, Ben Vereen, Anthony Andrews. The television event of 1985. AD tomorrow.
Oh my God.
I'm Jane Pauley. Join us
AD,
all
all
next
the
week
dummies.
as Today broadcasts direct from Rome. We'll talk Italian cars, movies,
Hey,
and
Italian cars,
special
huh?
special
What are you
table
looking
appearance
for?
next week on Today.
Tomorrow night, the astounding NBC world premiere miniseries AD continues.
No.
Entertainment editor David Sheehan at 4, 5, and
Oh my
11.
God, no way. You know, if you're from California, Los Angeles, or lived here back then, all of these faces are like, oh my God, I used to watch that dude every night on the news. That's what I really dig about these videotapes with the old crap on them. You know, you just can't get stuff like this. You know, thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Junknasium. This is awesome.
The power of love.
Oh.
The force of evil.
Oh.
The glory of empire. A
Oh.
sweeping panoramic view of the
The
real-life
waste of
people and
money.
events that altered human history. An astounding NBC world
Oh,
premiere
no.
miniseries. This is
Not my
AD.
own.
The days following
All
the death
done.
of Jesus mark the birth of a new faith. Peter, Stephen, and Thomas are the followers of Christ.
Was that Nicolas Cage?
It's our task to spread the
Stephen?
good news.
Some Jews, like Saul, are against the new religion.
Saul.
We've got enough of these false prophets.
Others,
Hey,
like
I'm gonna
Caleb,
break your
the
legs.
Hebrew warrior, view the Romans as the true enemy. After he's arrested and jailed, his mother and his sisters Ruth and Sarah are taken prisoners and sent to Rome as slaves. It is a brutal journey
Gosh.
that ends in murder.
No,
Ruth's
no.
husband has a daring plan to free Caleb, but he pays for his friend's escape with his own life.
No.
AD, the saga of the Emperor Tiberius,
The
living in
fantasy
exile,
that altered
plagued by
humanity.
plots against his life.
This old man has much to fear.
Valerius,
Was that?
a young loyal guard, is drawn to Sarah and falls
Sang
in love.
heaven for
Now
little
he must choose
girl.
between serving his emperor and a slave girl.
Oh wait, no, that was James Mason.
But she is sold to a vicious new master.
Was that the
and
guy
tonight,
from Lolita?
An evil menace named Caligula vies for the throne.
Oh Lord, now he's
Searches for his
Caligula.
family,
What's become of my sisters?
and the ill-fated lovers face a dual threat.
How many times did
He
he get
must
bit
watch
by that
while
snake?
she is shared by others. She must wait while he serves another woman.
Oh,
Emperor's wife.
serves.
And the world is more evil than any man knows.
Telling
AD,
me.
the incredible adventure of the senator's daughter, who will defy her father,
It's
become
incredible.
a gladiator, and fall in love
He
on
was
the
gladiator.
battleground of the Colosseum, fighting for her love, fighting for her life.
She was fighting for something.
The story of Saul, blinded and miraculously healed,
No.
he becomes a believer of the new faith.
In the name of the Lord, rise up.
And as the power of the Christians
Those
grows,
are some special
so does the
effects,
fear
man.
of the
I'm telling
Romans.
Shove them in the arena. Let them part of the game.
The greed that will betray a nation.
Our climb to the imperial throne. We have
Was
started
that Cher?
in the spirit.
A revolution that will change mankind. And the passions that will destroy an empire. James Mason, Jennifer O'Neill, John Houseman, Ben Vereen, Ava Gardner, Jack Warden,
Ben
Richard
Vereen.
Roundtree, Anthony Andrews, Richard Kiley, John McEnery, and introducing Amanda Pays, Neil Dixon,
Amanda
Diane
Pays.
Venora, and Cecil Humphreys. From the
Cecil.
creators of Jesus of Nazareth and
Cecil
Marco
Humphreys.
Polo comes a spectacular entertainment.
Whoa!
You will see a new Rome.
Where good and evil collide.
Where
The
good and
television
evil
event of
collide.
1985, AD.
AD. Aw, damn. I'm telling you, man, that's just some crazy, crazy stuff. So if you get a chance, cruise on over to Junknasium there, and yeah, you'll be sure to check out the stuff there. he's got going on. I'm going to save it to the playlist right now so y'all can check this out, because that's just some really cool stuff. I love to watch old TV, old documentaries, old TV shows. Right now in my house, there's, you know, on a daily basis, there's always some kind of old TV playing. Old music, old television, old movies. I don't watch a lot of new stuff. I really don't. My wife does, my daughter does, but I don't. My daughter watches a little bit of like Netflix type stuff, streaming stuff, just an occasional movie here and there. She mainly does schoolwork. That's her bag. That's her gig. That's her thing. And then she watches YouTube, of course, and she likes to watch a lot of those gaming videos where people talk about games and play games and that kind of stuff, and that's cool. I used to sit and watch a lot of that with her until I got into my own thing here, you know. But watching this old stuff, you know, is just where it's at for me. I've always got Love Boat, or right now I'm rewatching Chips again, and it's just something that I like to put on in the background while I'm doing stuff, or I'll crank up the turntable here and pop on some music. The other day I was listening to, what did I have out? I had some Firefall out, and listened to some of that. And then the other day we were watching some footage from Robert Plant, and I've got this really cool booklet from the show that we got, and it is beat up and has been just through the ringer over the last 40-odd years, and it has seen a lot. It looks almost as bad as I do. But, yeah, I digress. It looks like my speed isn't too, excuse me while I readjust my maleness here. But it looks as though my cockpit here says that everything is good. All my dials and instruments are reading out. Everything is A-OK and copacetic. It looks like I can probably bring up some more Los Angeles commercials. I prefer to watch the commercials to the news. A lot of the news stuff will pop in to the commercial breaks. So tonight at 11, we're going to talk about this jackass in Washington, D.C. who's fucking the country up. So I like that kind of news, where they just tell you what's going on. You get the little snippet. You already know the story, you know, what that, it's 40 years ago, but we already know what happened, what that jackass did, whoever that current jackass was. So we've got over an hour left this morning. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode, whatever the hell this is. If somebody could tell me what episode this is, 17 or something like that. I think we're on episode 17. Hopefully I labeled it correctly this morning on the show. But this is Totally Television Tuesday. Yesterday we watched a movie. We watched The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. All right, and my show got started a little late because of technical difficulties, which is why I started this morning at 4:30. I started at 4:30 and began by airing an old-time radio show so that I could test my feed, and if that didn't work, we could, you know, start a new feed and figure things out before 5 o'clock. And if it does work, then you just get a bonus show in the morning, and we just start at 5 a.m. with the show. If you heard that, that was my dog over here, Big Face Bessie, laying in her chair. Yeah, so, and then last night we had the first episode, barring the beginning of the technical difficulties at the start of the show. I had a really good show last night, and I look forward to doing some more. yeah, I am going to put together this next segment here for you to watch. And this is just a short 10-minute segment. Hopefully there won't be any commercial interruptions during this commercial block. It's a 10-minute commercial block. Hopefully they'll just play the whole 10 minutes and we won't have to watch their commercials. So let me go ahead and load this up and see. Yeah, looks like we're getting a commercial already. So we'll play the commercial here, and then get us started here, and we'll start off with some sound. And commercials from 1980, KCOP Channel 13 in Los Angeles.
One of the most original hits in Broadway history. Live on stage. Beatlemania. It's not the Beatles, but an incredible simulation.
Totally. Simulated Beatles.
Beatlemania starts Wednesday, October 1st. 4 weeks only at the Wilshire Theater, Beverly Hills. Tickets at Ticketron, Mutual, Charge Line, Box Office, or call 852-1900.
The Wilshire.
4 questions that could change your
nice
life.
Computer.
How happy are you with your present job? Do you think that most people who work with computers are happy with their jobs? Are you aware that Control Data Institute offers different computer courses that allow you to match your interests?
I remember that.
Would you
This
like
is from
to learn how the world of
1980.
computers?
So at this point, we were living in Temecula, California.
Call 749-1434. In Anaheim, 635-3444.
Can a phone
Fifth
call
or
change
sixth
your
grade,
life?
depending on the year.
This one
time of the
quite
year.
possibly could. Call and learn how Control Data Institute could prepare you to become a computer programmer, operator, technician. Call now.
Call now.
We'll send this booklet which tells how you can get started. Control Data Institute. Your future
Call that
could
number,
be just
somebody.
a phone call away.
In Los Angeles, call
Call it.
749-1434. In Anaheim, call 635-3444.
I want to go to school there.
It's the hottest
Denny
new show of the
Terrio.
year. It's Solid Gold with Rod Stewart, The Spinners, Christopher Cross, Hall & Oates, SOS,
What a show.
Natalie Cole. All on this week's new explosive hour of variety and solid gold music. With Dionne Warwick and special co-host Paul Williams.
All right, Paul Williams.
It's a solid hour of non-stop entertainment. It's sizzling
No Denny
solid
Terrio
gold.
anymore.
Monday at 8 on Channel 13, where the entertainment's on us.
If inflation has you behind the 8 ball, the answer to your money problems might be right in your own home. It's probably worth a lot more now than when you bought it, and you
Nice
may be able
fake
to borrow
office
up to
there.
$100,000 or more for
I
any
couldn't even
reason
fill all the
based on
bookshelves
the
there.
added equity in your home. Just call Continental Home Loan, and you may have the answer to your
Stick a
money
knick-knack
problems
in
within
there.
24 hours, subject to verification of equity. With a home loan, arranged in confidence by Continental. Give them a call.
Shut up.
Do you know you can still buy property in Southern California for as little as $190 down and $80 a month?
Where?
Full cash price is only $54.90, and you get a full
Where?
14-day money-back
Rancho
guarantee if
California?
not fully satisfied. Only 70 miles north of Los Angeles, a quarter mile off the freeway in the Aqueduct City tract. You're within 2 miles of a 10,000-acre industrial park, airports, schools, churches, shopping facilities, recreation, hotels, and more. Now, for complete details and a map, call now 749-2011.
Hi, I'm
Here we
Wally
go.
Thorpe for the Truckmaster School of Trucking. During the month of September,
Wally
Truckmaster
Thorpe.
is having a special celebration on our 10th anniversary. That's right. Since 1970, Truckmaster has trained over 12,000 guys and gals to drive the big rig diesels. Each branch of Truckmaster will have one of these boxes where you can enter a drawing to win the Truckmaster course absolutely free.
Absolutely
In addition to the free course drawing, you can
Look,
win
and
a
it's all
$100
drawn
gift
out.
certificate
Get his secretary
and
to
other
write
fine
this out.
prizes.
We don't need
And
no
during the
graphics. Let my
anniversary month of
secretary
September,
draw it.
Everyone will receive $50 off the cost of the Truckmaster course. All you have to do is drop in any one of the branches during September. Call 699-9911. That's 699-9911, or one of our other schools. Remember, you may win the complete Truckmaster course absolutely free.
Absolutely
Call
free.
or stop in today. That's 699-9911 and get to trucking.
Get to trucking. Oh. Oh, shit.
On will soon present the story of a
You've got me.
hard-working young
Who's got
career
you?
woman who finds herself falling for an ambitious young man on his way up.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
Superman.
You've got me.
Who's got you?
If you subscribe to
that's a
you'll
great
get
movie.
Superman. And
On,
more than 50
call
other
on
big
TV.
shows a month. All uncut with no commercials for only $18.95
One of the
plus
first
tax and
subscription
installation.
television
Call
channels.
today.
Homeowners, now you can
We
carpet
saw
your home
the
beautifully
Rolling Stones
on
in
credit
concert
with
at a friend's
no money
house,
down.
1980.
Regardless of past credit experience, your
On
credit is
live
good.
concert
Choose
on
from
TV.
America's finest carpeting.
Pay-per-view thing,
High-lows,
it's great.
plushes, short shags, long shags, sculptured and tweeds. Magnificent wall-to-wall carpeting at warehouse-to-you
Mr.
prices.
Tweedy.
Short of cash? No problem. VB has been Southern California's credit carpet specialist since 1972. Don't live with worn-out
Mr.
carpet.
Tweed.
Enjoy gorgeous new carpet at warehouse prices. We carry our own contracts, so regardless of past experience, your credit is good. Quality installation and padding, and all carpet carries a 10-year guarantee. Remember, at VB Carpets, no cash down, and we will accept your credit. In 213 area, call 749-6608, 749-6608. In 714 area, call 771-4550.
San
Call
Diego.
749-6608 or 771-4550.
Yeah.
Mom.
I'll take care of
Guess
that.
what I have? A pack of new Trident.
New Trident?
Sugar.
It's softer now.
It is softer and tastes great.
And see, 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
Gee, Mom, I like this new Trident.
Good,
I'm gonna get
because
mouth
I
cancer.
like that new tooth.
New softer Trident. It's improved, recommended by moms who care about teeth.
I'm a dentine man. I don't
Sure,
like
I'd like to get into the computer field, but hey, what's the hurry? I can always start
I
my
look
training
horrible
tomorrow.
with this haircut. I can't get a job anywhere looking
To
like
learn how
this.
you can train to become a computer
It's like I'm
programmer,
wearing
operator, or
headphones.
technician, call Control Data Institute now, before tomorrow passes you by.
Call Control
I
Data
think tomorrow
Institute in
passed
Los
us way
Angeles
by.
at 749
Oh, we're looking at tomorrow in the rearview mirror.
In Anaheim, call 635-3444.
Call.
The computer industry, it's big, it's challenging.
Dude, I want to
And
call
if you'll
so
call
bad.
Control Data Institute
I'm gonna
now,
have to get my
we'll tell
phone out
you
here.
how you could train to seek a computer career in 10 months or less.
Yeah.
Operators are standing by. So call Control Data Institute now and learn how the world of computers could be your world too.
For facts in Los Angeles, call 749-1434. In Anaheim, call 635-3444.
Totally, call.
Lucy and Donna are both losing weight. They know they have to give up certain foods to do it. Lucy is fighting her urges.
Yeah,
with
but Donna
willpower.
lost 150
She's saying
pounds
no
by
to fattening
divorce.
foods. But oh, how her inner urges are begging her to say yes. Donna went to Schick. Schick
Yeah,
helped her lose her
Schick.
cravings for the wrong foods.
old
Now
Schick.
Donna can say no and mean it. Lucy is afraid this diet will turn out like all the others.
Yeah.
But Donna's in control. She went to Schick.
We'll return to Humphrey Bogart and Joan Bennett in We're No Angels after this.
Oh, jeez.
Lots of people today are plodding along in jobs that take them nowhere, just making a living with no real future. They aren't going anywhere.
Wow, Bob Dole.
If you're going nowhere in your job, come to National Technical Schools.
Another one.
NTS is a place where you can learn a real skill, one that can help you wind up in a better job. You can train to become an auto mechanic,
NTS. Did I go to that school?
a television repairman,
I went to a couple of schools back in the 90s.
a computer servicing technician,
Arizona.
an air conditioning and refrigeration repairman, and even more. All it takes is the know-how.
It was NT.
That's what you learn
They
at
had
National
changed
Technical
National
Schools.
Technical Institute.
So if you want to get somewhere, let NTS open the door to a real future as a skilled technician. Just call 749-6015 for your free catalog. That's 749-6015.
They had everything there.
How many times have you said, I thought of that, and then did nothing about it? Let me tell you about INCO,
Oh, I
a
didn't
fee-based
do anything
development
about
company specializing in new ideas. If you have an idea, product, or invention you think can sell, call INCO
We'd like to
at
rip you off.
728-7600.
Call
If
us
you
and tell
believe
us all
your
about
idea
it.
can sell, call
And then you'll see it later.
728-7600.
But you won't be
INCO is
getting paid.
interested in your idea. Call
We'd like to steal it from you.
728-7600. You've thought
Are you
about
gullible?
it, now do something about it.
Do something about your gullibility.
Hi, I'm Phil Rizzuto for the Money Store.
The Money Store.
Where
Hey,
homeowners
Phil.
can borrow from $5,000 to $50,000 or even more.
Yeah.
A homeowner loan, including personal property, may be used for any purpose at all.
Any
Such as
purpose.
debt consolidation or a business investment. And best of all, you can pay us back in
gonna rip
small
you off,
payments
too.
stretched out over many years. Want more
And if you
information?
don't pay,
For
we'll
any
break your
office in
friggin' legs,
California,
eh?
call toll-free.
What are you gonna do
Dial
about it, huh? Nothing, that's what.
1-800-272-3915.
Hey, what are you gonna do, huh? Hollywood presents the porn industry.
You know, of course, that I don't smoke anymore. Yes, I did for years and wound up with lung cancer. Even so, I had a terrible time getting off of them. Boy, I wish we'd had a chic stop smoking program around there. Now, I've been to one of the centers, and I've seen how they do it, and I've talked to some of the people that have been through it. And I'm telling you, it works.
It works. Didn't
Do
work for me.
you really want to quit?
In Los Angeles, call 520-8000. Also in Orange County and Colton.
Totally.
Easy Housing of Lake Elsinore will beat any deal
Lake
on mobile homes
Elsinore.
by $1,000. You heard it right. Easy
You
Housing
heard it,
has an
people.
amazing offer. We'll beat any deal on a mobile home by $1,000 on most brands, or we'll write you a check for $50. Come out to Lake Elsinore and see this beautiful 24 by 60-foot mobile home for just $19,000 plus
Hometown,
tax.
people.
We make housing affordable at Easy Housing. Models located off the 71
Elsinore.
freeway on Bundy Canyon near the lake in Lake Elsinore. That's Easy Housing, VA, and 30-year financing available.
Woo! Woo! That was us. We made the news. We made the TV. Good old Lake Elsinore. Let's see. I'm going to pop this into the playlist, and be sure to stop by and like and subscribe to Ron Jungel and his channel, because that was a pretty cool block, and they mention Lake Elsinore. And that is pretty neat. That doesn't happen too often. Especially back then, we were a small, out-of-the-way town, you know, over an hour drive, or about an hour drive from Los Angeles. So to be on the news, Temecula, Fallbrook, Lake Elsinore, Murietta, that kind of stuff, it was pretty heavy news. We usually only made the news with some kind of big crime, or and some weather. You know, an act of God would usually get the news to come down and send a live van down to Elsinore to check out the situation. But yeah, it wasn't too often that a business would advertise their stuff from Lake Elsinore all the way up into Hollywood, Los Angeles and stuff. So that was quite a little treat, a little unexpected treat from some of those Los Angeles commercial breaks there. And yeah, fun this morning here on Mornings with Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy. Now this is a different kind of show. This is a show where I just kind of sit and talk about what's going on in my life, past, present, and future. And then try to share with you on a regular basis things that kind of shaped my world and my life, and the weirdo that you see before you. So Tuesdays is all about sharing TV stuff that shaped me. I've got some things planned for the future, but I am going to have to try and find them on YouTube, or try to upload them and see if the algorithms deny me the ability to play them for you. So I don't want to give anything away in case I can't. I don't want to tease you. But I have recently downloaded some stuff. Now, some of the stuff that I can't play for you is some great vintage pornography. No, but seriously, just kidding. Some of the stuff that I can't share for you is that old TV and movie stuff and music and stuff that still has copyright on it, right? Something I got to share with my brother last night was I did a video chat, which is just like the show, only it's interactive, which means you can talk to me, I can talk to you, we're on a video, and then I can replace my video and sound with stuff from my graphics computer, just like we're watching commercials and stuff. I can play anything for you while we're on one of these live video chats, right? And that does not get broadcast over YouTube. It does not get recorded. It's just kind of a live private party that's here and then gone. And last night, for my brother, we sat together, he in Oregon and me here in Joshua Tree, California, and together we watched an episode of Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, right? And we were both just kind of in awe, because it's one of those shows that's hard to find, and not only did I get to sit here in my studio and enjoy it, but I got to enjoy it with my brother, and we hadn't seen it in like forever. And it used to be a regular fixture on TV. You'd come home from school and you'd come in, and at 3:30 or 4 o'clock or something, Wait Till Your Father would come on, and you'd watch these reruns and then watch an episode of Batman or something. So that's kind of what I like to try to do here on the show, is have a little bit of a kind of a personal interaction, where I can share with you things that are going on in the present, things that happened in the past, things that I'm going to be doing. And one of the things I'm going to be doing this week, of course, is going to my daughter's college graduation, and then having a party the next night. So that'll be fun. And then at the end of the month, we're going to go see Starcrawler at Pappy and Harriet's, and that'll be a blast. So, yeah, having a lot of fun. And then, of course, tomorrow is Old Time Radio Wednesday. So I have some X-1, Gildersleeve, The Whistler, and Inner Sanctum picked out. I have the audio. I just need to create the video. And then, so that's what I'm going to be doing today and this evening, is creating those cool little videos, so that not only can we listen to it, but we've got something on the screen to look at. And then tomorrow morning at 4:30, fingers crossed the show goes off without a hitch, I'm going to start the show at 4:30 with an Old Time Radio broadcast from the playlist, and just to make sure everything is up and running correctly. And then if it's not, then I've got a whole half hour to figure it out and try to get back to you by 5. So that's the plan, Stan. Same thing will be happening this evening. I'll come to you about 4:30 this evening, and I'll put some music on, or I'll put on an old-time radio show. That's kind of fun entertainment. It helps me check the sound and the graphics and my live feed. So look forward to that this evening, and every day during the week at 5. 5 is my time slot, 5 a.m., 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. I'll be here twice a day. Once in the morning doing this show, 3 hours of me just hanging out. And then when we do the hour show in the evening, it's an actual produced show. I will actually start introducing commercials into this show. We've got opening credits, end credits. We've got weekly programming video that we like to show. I like to bring to you music and comedy and whatever form of entertainment that I can gather from the 1920s and 30s that my algorithms and the algorithm gods allow me to bring to you. Yeah, I'm really excited about what's going on this week. I'm excited about my daughter graduating, first of all. I'm excited about having just gone to see the Psychedelic Furs. It seems like every month, without fail, something fun just pops up, and we're off and running to the next cool event. Of course, Friday night was we got out early. We were over to In-N-Out across the freeway from Agua Caliente Casino. We were over at In-N-Out before 10 o'clock, right? And it was like, wow, we're going to get home early tonight. This is awesome. Usually we don't get home till 2 at the earliest, right, from Los Angeles concerts. So this was awesome. It was like, you know what, we're going to get home so early. Let's go to In-N-Out, and we'll eat on the way home, right? And we did. We grabbed our food, and, you know, as soon as I was on the freeway and everything was cool, it's like, all right, feed me. And I can do that. I'm a driver. I'm born and raised in Southern California, grew up behind the wheel, grew up on Southern California freeways, highways and byways, back roads, off roads. So a lot of my friends are like that, where you're just a driver, you're driving a machine. I can get behind the wheel and drive for 18 hours easy, without hesitation, without a break, minimal stops for bathroom usage and food. And I can book, man. I think the last big turnaround I did was driving from here to Ogden, Utah, and back. One shot. I left at like 2 or 3 in the morning from here, and got up there before noon. I was there, you know, 9 or 10 in the morning or something, or maybe later. And we turned around and came all the way back, and was home that evening, like 10 or 11 or something. And it was a great, you know, it was snow was coming down. The roads were just covered with snow and ice and sleet. I had rented a car, a minivan. I'm going to try to remember the kind of van it was. I don't remember what kind of van it was, but it was a really nice minivan. It had this all-wheel drive traction control stuff for weather, but it kept screwing me up, and I knew it was going to spin me into a, right? So I had to turn that shit off, because I can drive. I'm a driving fucking motherfucker here. And so I just turned that shit off, and I'm just like literally 80 to 100 miles an hour through the snow. You know, and I'm not a dangerous guy. I'm not a scary guy. I don't like to live life dangerously. I'm not an adventurous sort of guy. But when it comes to driving, I know what my limitations are. I know how far I can go. I know what I can do, you know, and knock on wood. But I've always pretty much been able to deal with long drives and any road conditions. And that goes back to my childhood, spending a lot of time traveling in a van, in the back of a car, in a motorhome, some form of RV. And we've had our trials and tribulations when I was young in vehicles. I remember once we went to Parker Dam, which is just a couple of hours drive from here east in Arizona, right on the Lake Havasu and right on the Colorado River there. Parker Dam is a big, huge dam. You used to be able to go inside the dam and visit and do a self-guided tour, right? You can't do that anymore. But we used to go there, and we would go just near the dam. You could take this little dirt drive down to the boat launch. And before that, there was this little cove. And we used to drive up over this hill and down this little dirt drive down and park right on the beach in this little cove, right? And one time we parked there, and then it rained. And then we couldn't get our big, giant Dodge Maxi van up this thing, and we kept sliding, and it was really dangerous. And it's like one side is a hill here, and then this little dirt trail, and then it drops off into the lake, right? And the dam is right there, which means this part of the lake is deep. If it were to fall off and into the water, it'd be gone. It's down at the bottom 100 feet. I mean, it's just crazy. So we all had to get out of the van because it was so dangerous. My father went down, and a guy said, you know what, you're going to have better traction if you back up, because it's going to be pulling rather than pushing. Okay, so he turned around and he backed up this hill, and it worked. And he backed this van up, and he was able to keep control of it. The rear end sliding like that, trying to push, it wasn't working. Pulling with the rear end up backwards worked, and he was able to keep it from slipping around and sliding towards the down, right? And that was a bummer. But yeah, that was one of those pretty hairy events. But that was just over the road. It's been a while since I've been to Lake Havasu. Yeah, that was one of those vehicle events. And of course, we had similar events as a kid in motorhomes. You know, trying to put a vehicle where it shouldn't belong, and then something weird goes on. I remember once, same van, same place out at Lake Havasu, and they had these big, giant, flat pontoon boats, right? You remember the party boats where you go out there and it's got a canopy and a bunch of seats and it's just a flat pontoon boat, right? Well, back in the 70s, they had extra large pontoon boats with big, giant motors on the back and a captain's chair, and that was it. It was flat, and you'd pull it up to the boat launch, and you would drive your vehicle up onto it, and then they would strap your vehicle down with tie downs, right? And now your vehicle is locked on this boat, right? And it becomes the cabin for this camp-afloat, this pontoon boat. So it becomes like if you've got a van or a little RV, it becomes like a houseboat out on the water. And my parents used to give these guys who ran the place, they'd give them an ounce of weed, and we would take this thing out for the weekend and float it around on the lake with our big giant van parked on it. And we would often park in a little private cove and just tie it up to the shore, set the anchor, and we would just stay in one spot, right? But you had to drive from one side of the lake to the other to get to one of these coves, right? And I remember one time we were on our way back to or from one of these coves, and the weather had gotten rough, and the water had gotten really, really choppy, right? And we were just bouncing like this and teetering, and it was fucking crazy. I thought we were going to sink. I thought we were all going to die. We all had life vests on, but still, this thing flips over, the van comes loose, and down it goes, and we paddle, right, in ice cold water. So I was scared to death. I remember looking at my father and asking him point blank, do I have permission to cuss? Right? What a thing for a kid to say to his dad. Dad, do I have permission to cuss? Can I say, oh shit? No, shut up! Yeah, so I've had some pretty hairy experiences, most of which happened when I was young. Pretty much because we had pretty rowdy parents. Our parents were young when they had us, so when I was in my youth in the 70s, my parents were in their 20s and they were really young and they were just trying to figure it out too. So I never hold any grudges against anybody for them trying to live their life and understand what the fuck's going on, right? Provided they give me the same courtesy. You know, don't hold my youth against me because I was young and stupid, right? I didn't know. I'd like to think now that I've grown older and wiser and can make better decisions and help others make better informed decisions and be a mentor at some point to someone to try to help them, you know, achieve a better existence on this fucked up planet that we live on. Because it is what you make of it, and of course I've made it pretty fucked up so far. So, you know, that's on me, baby. But if I can help by my experience someone, you know, stay away from making stupid choices and stuff. Great. Let me hook you up, bruh. Oh man. Well, I'm enjoying the whole idea of being here, of streaming anew. I'm using streaming software now, and I'm starting to learn the ropes. It's getting easier. When I have difficulties, it's beginning a little easier to figure out, or at least go to my resources to get it figured out. And that's really cool. I mean,
I can't. It's such a great thing to know that things is working out for the best.
Yeah, because I wanted to do a documentary on how well things are working out here in California. I want to be governor, but they won't take me because I'm weird. I am a weird guy. They will not have me. Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to be listening to some old-time radio shows. Thursday, I am going to dig up some footage, or maybe I have already. I'll check the playlist. I'm going to dig up some footage of a 1985 concert that I went to. The Firm, Jimmy Page, Paul Rogers. So I've dug up a few of those songs from the actual show, and then I'll put into the playlist the audio from the actual show so you can hear what I heard. And I'll tell you the story behind going to that show. Much like most of the events in my life, they revolve around a crazy story, and this one is no different. When I saw The Firm in 1985, it was unexpected, and it was quite an experience. A lot of fun. So you got to come back tomorrow and hear about that. Let's see. If Joey, if you're still there, I believe one of your friends stopped by yesterday. I would have to go into the chat here from yesterday's stuff to find it. But I think I'll do that. Maybe your friend talked to you. I hope you're feeling better. You were under the weather last time I talked to you when I was having technical difficulties again. But let's see. It was yesterday on our show that we were, I had been talking to one of, I believe it was one of your friends. And I'm just going to look here in the comments here to see if I can see what's going on here. Live comments, sort by top comments. Yeah, I'm not seeing any comments from that live broadcast here. Let's see. Yeah, it's just not working for me. I thought that I could just pull up the video and put it on, and the comments would pop up. Cretin. But it ain't working for me, baby. It ain't working. So, dang it. Do you ever get those little tiny little flies that buzz around on occasion? I think they come from my plants, because we water the plants and the dirt stays moist. And I think these little bugs I think they're breeding from my plants. So every once in a while I'm swatting. There's this one here that's been bugging me this morning, and I can't seem to grab it. So I haven't picked a movie out for next week. I just haven't. I've got some ideas. I've got some more ideas for TV stuff, but I'm going to have to run some tests first to make sure that it's passable. There goes that little bug again. I am going to light some incense in here, mainly because of that little bug. Maybe he'll go away with the smoke. But, yeah. Now, Thursday, we're going to be doing the Firm concert. And then I think Friday I'm going to come back with some more Elsinore fun and facts and pictures and trivia and stuff. And I think we'll look at some yearbooks. I've got some great yearbooks from the junior high and high school from Elsinore. And I think that's going to be fun to check out. So we'll get into those. I feel like my comments are off or something because nobody's leaving a message there. I can see that there's more than me, myself, and I. The two viewers, two of the three viewers are me. One on my phone, one on my TV. So I know there's somebody out there who's watching, and I don't know who you are. But I'm going to assume, since you're still here and you've been here a while, that my sound and video and stuff is coming out okay. Because if it wasn't, you know, I mean, what's the point? You probably wouldn't want to be here, so there you go. I enjoy being here. I used to think, wow, I'm not going to want to get up that early. That's going to be hard. It's going to be ridiculous. No, sir. I reset my alarm from 4:20 to 4. So I get up at 4 a.m. to do this. Now I'm starting at 4:30 to do my live test. And then we go right into the show at 5. And I thought it was going to be tough. I thought I was going to be like, no, man, I'm not going to be able to do this. I should just record it. And then that's not cool. You can't do comments live, you know, and have interaction if it's recorded, you know. And then I'm not going to want to go back and look at stuff. And it's just you know. So, remarkably enough, 4 o'clock came along, and I'm like looking up at the clock at, like, you know, a couple of minutes to 4 a.m. and I'm ready to go. I'm like, all right, I've already got plans of what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in, I'm going to turn this on, I'm going to get this ready, I'm going to start this, and then at the last second, I'm going to turn this on and then boot this up and go. You know, and try not to give it room for failure, if you will. And so far, it's working out with my half-hour live test this morning, going live early. I'm almost at 3 hours this morning, which is kind of a bummer because it means I've only got about a half an hour left this morning. And I really, really enjoy just hanging out and just shooting the breeze and talking about stuff and even hearing about what's going on in somebody else's neck of the woods. I just had one of those mental flashbacks. I get these, pardon me, I get these all the time where I'll blink my eyes and all of a sudden I'm transported back in time. And there's this little community behind Canyon Lake near Elsinore, between Elsinore and Sun City and Paris and Hemet, right? There's this little community behind Canyon Lake called Quail Valley, right? And it's still a tiny little community. The last time I went through there it was really small, and still very, very, very rural, little farms and little ranch houses and stuff. And for some reason, a picture of that place just popped into my head. There used to be this little Circle K or 7-Eleven or something out there on the crossroads, a couple of little roads, and I just remember tall, dry grass, weeds, you know, and the old big old railroad tie, wooden fence post with barbed wire strung up to keep the cows in, and a stop sign, you know, and this image just popped into my head, as if it were yesterday, you know, and it's partly due to the show and the set that I put myself in. You know, I put myself in this place where I'm just surrounded by artifacts from the past. So, you know, maybe it's that incense that I lit up, and then the color of that corner up in there where this lava lamp is. It's got a really nice hue, this really nice shade, and that with the smell of the incense and the sounds of the past. It's my time machine. It's my own personal time device, this room. And this channel here helps me share that time journey, that experience with you. So quite often I'll start my show with that shot, or right now my evening show, Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia, is mainly comprised of that shot, that lava lamp there, because it's got a great aged quality to it. I do have some other ideas for graphics during my broadcasts, because during my 5 o'clock evening show, it's more about the music and the entertainment, and I don't want the focus to be on me. So during that broadcast, we're gonna look something like this, all right, where I'm just kind of here sharing the experience with you, but I don't want to be the center of the experience. I just want to be the segue between the programming, right? So that's the evening show. I'll probably change that graphic, probably dig up an old 1920s radio and put that up there. I was able to go last night. I'm pretty pleased with myself. I went and created some new graphics. I wanted to create a graphic to represent the nighttime show, so that when you're waiting for the show to boot up, or I need to say something about the show, that I can, you know, share the, let's see, where it is. Oh, I see. I created it on one computer, and I haven't shared it over to this computer yet. So that's why I'm not finding it here. As you can hear outside, the trash man has arrived. Let me see, did I stick it in here? Did I stick it in here? I did not put it here. Is it here? These are my used programs from last night, and I did not put it in there. Okay, so I did not save it over here yet. I would try, I guess I could try to retrieve it from this computer and see how that does me. I don't want to freeze up my programming here, so I will try to do this as quick as possible and see if I can send it from one computer to the next. And I am going to share this. I am going to share this with this computer here, and I'm going to share it there, and sending it over to this laptop. And hopefully I haven't canceled myself out on my OBS program here. Sending. Navigating this digital world has become a challenge, but it has become so much fun. I'm really enjoying the whole learning the technical aspect of this. I've never been for the digital world, right? So here it says that it's sharing it over here. While it says that it's sharing, I haven't seen it yet, and it hasn't asked me to. Okay, there it is. There it says that it's here and that it's receiving it. I'm going to save and open. So bear with me yet again, people, as oh, here comes the trash man. You hear him driving by? There's the shadow. There's the shadow. The trash man. It's the trash man. There goes 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 the trash man. The trash man. Alright, so now I'm going to go to downloads here. And I'm going to see if it actually showed up. And it didn't. Oh my god, no way! No way! Quick access. The desktop, downloads. This PC, it's not here. It's not here. So next week I've got some, for Movie Mondays, I've got some school educational films picked out. That should be a lot of fun, right? That should be a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know why it hasn't shown up yet. That's crazy. Wow. Well, I'm really kind of bummed out because I'm excited about that graphic, and it'd be a bummer if I can't just share it with you all right now. So let me see if I can share it again. I'm going to share it over to my laptop, and then my laptop has to say hello. Hello. Receiving, save, sharing, open folder. Here it is. It is now in downloads, and I can transfer it over to Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia, and then I can open it up, and guess what? Here it comes. Here it is. Yay! Alright, and here is the graphics, the graphic that I chose for my Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia program. So let's see, I'm going to move my mouse out of the way. And show you my graphic. There you go. So I spent last evening, after my show, putting this together, scrounging stuff from the internet, and creating my own graphics and stuff. So if you're watching this on a big TV, then this looks really, really cool, and you can see all of the detail. If you're watching this on a phone, then things are really, really small, man. So don't get small, man. What you gotta do is you gotta get big, man. You gotta put it on a big TV. Because if you watch the show on a big TV through your home speakers and Bluetooth and all that crap, I don't know, it seems like it's gonna be a little more fun, right? Because I'm trying to create the show so that you can watch it on a tablet or on a phone or on your big screen TV and still enjoy it, right? So, all right, lava lamp cam. This is one of my favorite views. I don't know if you can see the incense burning there in smoke, but can you smell it? Can you smell it, man? It's just awesome stuff. So, yeah. I wanted it to have that 1920s feel. I hope I've achieved that. I tried to put in elements that express exactly that. I wanted it all to be kind of black and white silhouettes, but I also wanted some color. So, yeah, this is what I come up with. This is what I got going on here. This is me. I really like that fabric pattern. That reminds me of an old sofa, one of those wooden armchairs, love seat sofa things. That looks like the exact material that I remember on an armchair. I don't remember where the armchair was, who had it, whether it was us or somebody else. I spent a lot of time as a kid living around in different places, growing up, living in different places, in different homes, in different areas, So, yeah, and then of course I left home at 15 and spent a lot of time living with other families and whatnot there. Big Dog's getting up and stretching. You want to come say hi? You come say hi. Come here. You got to come here to get on camera. You don't want to. She wants out of the chair and she wants onto the floor so she can stretch out. Big Dog. All right. Well, I'm really excited about what's been going on, what's going on, and what's gonna be going on. Right. Everything is just really cool. If Bush is out there, hey, hi, how are ya? You're going to have to come over one of these evenings and hang out for nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. And then, you know, at any given point, the show could turn into something else. The show goes on from 5 to 6, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then from there, it goes into an after show. If I am so inclined, I will continue the show anew as an after party, and sometimes we'll have a guest, sometimes we'll have a guest phone call, sometimes we'll have a guest on video, and they will just kind of be here having a conversation with me, unaware of what is going on, knowing full well that they're going out live on YouTube, but that's pretty much it. They are the graphic. They become the graphic then. And then I'm only sharing our conversation at that point. So if you'd like to do that at some time, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I go live with an after show and am able to take callers and am able to actually stream live video chats. So there's that. So if you'd like to participate, send me an instant message, put a comment somewhere, let me know how to get in touch with you, and I'll find you on a social platform, social media platform, and we'll exchange information, and I'll get you the information that you need to show up on my show here via video chat or via telephone call. I have a hard line telephone back here specifically for the show. At some point I'm going to mic it so that we can hear what's happening. At some point I will be calling people live in the mornings in the last hour of our show and harassing friends and family live. Hey, you got peaches for sale? Hey man, I heard on Facebook that you got peaches for sale, man. I want to buy some peaches, Hans. How much for a bag of peaches? So you might get a phone call from me. You might get a phone call from some weird guy, you know. Hi, this is Filbert from Time Life magazine. Have you decided if you'd like to purchase an annual membership and a subscription to our magazine? If you do, I'd please like to get your information and sign you up for an annual subscription. You know, you get 3 free months free if you sign up now. And besides that, Time Life magazine, we're going to send you a coffee cup that says Time magazine on one side and Life magazine on the other. So if you want to sign up, please let me know now. Hello? Are you still there? Ah, jeez Louise. So, yeah, things are going to get a little bit weird. And it's probably going to be on Fridays. Fridays we're going to start doing some weird shit. It's going to be Flashback Fridays. We'll be reaching into the little black book. We'll be reaching into the bag of tricks and the magic hat. And we'll pull out some things from the past that, wow, you're going to wish that we had just left there, right? So there's that, people. So Monday through Friday, live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia, and I do hope you'll join me there. Come on, stop on by, baby. Stop on by, baby. We're gonna have some entertainment. It's some great, fantastic stuff. In fact, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig up some stuff here, baby. I'm gonna dig it up, baby. Come on now, baby. Yeah. So, let's see. If I were to give you a preview of what's going on Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia, right? It would probably sound something like this. One of my favorite artists from the 1920s, and that was the Benny Moten and his Kansas City Orchestra. And for us, and for only us, they played It Won't Be, what the hell did they play? It Won't Be Long, right? That's what they played. It Won't Be Long from Benny Moten. That's pretty cool, huh? So, we did a trivia question on my show last night, and the trivia question was, who sang this song, and this particular version of this song? And let me dig it up for you here. I want to make sure that I don't play the wrong thing, because it'll just sound all screwed up. And here So who sang this song, all right, back in the 1920s? You get 3 guesses. Believe me. You might only need one.
Animal crackers in my soup, monkeys and rabbits loop the loop. Gosh, oh gee, but I have fun swallowing animals one by one. In every bowl of soup I see lions and tigers watching me. I make them jump right through a hoop. Those animal crackers in my soup.
If you answer live on my show this evening who sang this song, you win the quiz prize. Don't answer it in the comments.
Right down. When they're inside me where it's dark, I walk around like Noah's Ark. I stuff my tummy like a goose with animal crackers in my soup. Animal crackers in my soup. Do funny things to me. They make me think my neighborhood is a big menagerie. For instance, there's our janitor. His name is Mr. Klein. And when he hollers at us kids, he reminds me of a lion. Wow! The grocer is so big and fat and has a big mustache. He looks just like a walrus just before he takes a splash. He takes a splash. He takes a splash right in the zoop. Animal crackers in my soup. Monkeys and rabbits loop the loop. Gosh, oh gee, but I have fun swallowing animals one by one. In every bowl of soup I see lions and tigers watching me. I make them jump right through a hoop. Those animal crackers in my soup. When I get hold of the big bad wolf, I just push him under to drown. Then I bite him in a million bits and I gobble him right down. Ow, ow. When they're inside me where it's dark, I walk around like Noah's Ark. I stuff my tummy like a goose with animal crackers in my soup.
Okay, people, the question is, who sang that particular version of that song? Answer tonight live after 5 p.m. on my show, and you win the quiz. All right? But you gotta do it to know what the prize is. That's all there is to it. Man, I'm really starting to have fun with this channel and this show and the other programming and all of my videos and stuff. Pardon me. And after I get done today and this evening creating the videos for tomorrow, I'll be right back on schedule for creating more content for my channel and trying real hard to bring you a Sunday edition this Sunday. And that is just another program designed to bring you the new stuff to my channel. So rather than just upload videos at random as I complete them, I am actually going to be saving them for Sundays and then bringing them to you in a live broadcast and then uploading those videos individually one at a time every couple of days until we have achieved liftoff. This week I have already uploaded our first video segment, and it is a show I call Out Buying Records and Stuff. And it is about a 15-minute show, this episode, and we travel back in time to Tower Records and go to Tower Records and buy some Tower Record stuff. There's even a giveaway on that video if you happen to watch it. So do stop by the playlists and check out all of the goodies in the playlists. I'm trying to really load up my channel with as much content as possible. and aside on things that I can bring to the channel, right? So there we go. Like I said, a Sunday edition is in the works, and I will be hopefully bringing to you some live music recorded to the show, some music videos, some more photos from my wife's phone, which will be uploaded today. Episode 1 of Photos from My Wife's Phone is a new series on my channel, and I will be uploading that video today for your enjoyment. So look for that in its own playlist. And out buying records and stuff. And then the last episode that aired Sunday on a Sunday edition was my family photo album. And we spent some time looking at family slides taken by my father in 1967 during his time in Vietnam. So, and then my friend David was so gracious enough to honor me with some of his musical abilities, and recorded 3 songs for me, covers, 3 covers, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and oh, what was that? Was that a Van Morrison song, perhaps? Brown Eyed Girl? Is that Van Morrison? But it was phenomenal to have some 1967 music in the video backing up the 1967 photographs. Yeah, I finished the video and I'm creating it and I cried. I mean, it was fantastic. I can't wait to go back and look at it again. At some point, maybe on a Throwback Thursday or a Flashback Friday, we'll sit together and watch it and enjoy it together, because it really is. It's got some great photographs of Vietnam, and he wasn't ghoulish. He didn't take pictures of any funky shit. From what I understand, he actually had a wife and a child there in Vietnam. So it actually became a home for him, and he did not want to come back to the U.S. He wanted to stay there, and that happened quite frequently with a lot of soldiers went there, and they just didn't want to come back. You know, they just found something there that you know. In my father's case, it was a woman and child that were the reasons he did not want to come home. But he had a woman and child here, back here in the U.S., so of course he came back. And then I was born. I don't know why I was born. Mainly because if he was in Vietnam during the end of '67 when I was conceived, where the hell did I come from, right? I'm thinking of that mailman or that surfer guy or whatever.
You know, there's something weird going on there.
But we'll leave that for another day, another story,
another tale of woe.
But what I'd like to do now, at the end of my program, as I like to do at the end of every program, or at least during every program, I like to do weekly programming. And I'm going to go ahead and cue up the weekly programming for this week. Of course, we've already watched the episode Monday, and that was great. That was The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, and then the week before that was The Day the Earth Moved with Jackie Cooper, and then before that was the original 1968 Night of the Living Dead. But here's what's going on for the rest of the week, so please come back, enjoy. and that's what's happening the rest of the week. Be sure to tune in every night this week for Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia. And next week's promo will be reflecting that. Right now, my promo pretty much reflects what's happening in the mornings. Right? So we're going to kick together a promo that includes the nighttime nonsense and nostalgia aspect of this channel. So it looks like we have come through this morning unscathed. While I have dropped a few frames, it's only 0.2%, and everything else on the dashboard here seems to be looking kosher. I'd like to say thank you to whoever has stopped by this morning and hung out. Thank you, Joey. Always ever present and hanging out. That's very, very cool. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you've come through your sickness. And I know it was just an excuse to hang out and listen to records all day, man. I totally dig it, you know. And that kills the last of the coffee, right? So I am going to load up the end credits for today, and I want to bid you a fond farewell. Fond because, gosh, I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy being here. I really enjoy the whole idea of this, you know. So please, as often as you can, come back, hang out, like, subscribe, share, post, repost, whatever. I'm here for you all, people. I'm here for me, but I'm here for you too. Stay weird. I love you. Peace. This concludes our broadcasting for this morning. Please tune in this evening at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for nighttime nonsense and nostalgia.